City outside, people. Shout out to the gang. Y'all sleeping, man, but I know the sea moss been soaking for a minute, and it's about ready to be blended. So we about to put it. Then we're gonna do some blending, and we're gonna have that super PitMonster Sea Moss Health Drink. Drink that shit, nigga. That shit gonna put hair on your fucking back. Word. Put some fucking bass in your voice too. Yeah, so I advise you to eat this shit. I mean, drink it, make it and drink it, or buy it from me or some shit. Do something. Don't fucking sit there and don't do nothing. Can't stand that shit. It's steady outside, people. Fuck around me, people like me that don't want to be outside no more. Shout out to the gangs. Shout out to the nigga C. Touch Moolah. No, no, think about it. Mac Millie. Bags. A whole gang, man. The nigga D. It's Stuyvesant, the whole everybody, man. If I ain't shout you out, my bad. They say they outside. That's what they say. What they say. Yeah, whoever this one person is that always comes back with me, shout you out, gang. You always come check with nigga. I don't know who the fuck you are, but you always come. I don't be giving a fuck because I know motherfuckers watching my shit later, so I don't really be caring. But it's cool you come G Mac with a nigga. I don't give a fuck. But stay outside. So first thing, yeah. First thing I'ma do is, yeah, because I ain't a stupid motherfucker. Yeah, I'm gonna read the instructions on how to use the shit. Yeah, this is how I don't fuck up. This is how I make shit happen, and I be happy with the finished product. Yeah, cause I read the fucking instructions on no matter what I do. I read the fucking instructions so I know what to do. Yeah, and there'll be a lot of little problems that people could alleviate if they just read the goddamn instructions. I don't care what it is. Just read the fucking instructions. It's not damn hard. Oh well. Yeah, people think they know it all, so they don't read the instructions. And it's some simple dumb shit they end up fucking up behind not reading the instructions. Well, I'ma read the instructions. Y'all. It's very easy enough. Very easy. Okay. Hey, I'm learning as I go along, people. What they call it? Recipes in the back. That's the first time I seen that. I mean, I don't know. I never bought that shit before. That's fire though. Shit come with mad recipes though. I did read this shit. I'm looking at the recipes. They got all types of shit. Basically, I get the idea. Oh, another thing too, which is good that I'm promoting to my peoples, is keep the instructions. Yes, you find places to put your instructions. You put it in place. Why? Because you can use it for future references. Simple. Simple. Yes, so that's a good reason to keep it, fellas. So I advise you to keep your instruction booklets as well with your products, with your equipment. So my advice is to keep all your instruction booklets for all your products in one place. And then when you're ready to look for instructions, you can just go to that one place and look through that and find what you need to find. Yes. Because it's harder to look for stuff that could be anywhere. Yeah, basically, the instruction says basic common sense things, like don't make sure the blender's all the way off before you pull it out the cup and stuff like that. Regular common sense stuff. That's what. I'm about to start the prep in a second. Just watch on that TV for a little while. Okay. Shout out to all of you. Shout out to my nigga Oreo. That nigga like that brother. Like, he likes sleeping there more than anything. I moved it and put it back. He jumped right back over there. I like brother politely shooting at
I want to share something with you.
A great opportunity to have a much needed conversation. On our show, Resident Alien, you play an alien. So, what would your alien character think? A great opportunity to have a much needed conversation. And the conversation today is the pseudoscience of the Nation of Islam. And so much pseudoscience, we can't cover it all tonight, unfortunately. I will wait, because if you think anything that I expressed today is the load, it is not. I'll walk away from this. I don't want to be redundant. I don't want to be excessive. I don't want to go so crazy that you see a video after video after video. But so long as I'm teaching, it really wouldn't be a problem. I'm prepared to intensify the scholarship. I'm prepared to come out and do a standing lecture on the amount of data that I have. So I have my standing lecture information. Then what I'll do, I'll share my desktop, and I'll file. I got on a President Muhammad alone scholarship. Y'all know I keep my devil files too. Y'all know I don't speak until I've already dug up all the research that satisfies my conviction, satisfies my criteria. So understand, I am fully prepared to start dumping. It just depends on how many death threats. It depends on how many sly remarks. It depends on how many ignorant folks want to have a say. And then I will be your worst nightmare. And I will guarantee you, you guys will wish and hope that my communications were saturated with vulgarity and distasteful remarks. I will make you wish I was ignorant, like the likes of whom have disrespected the Nation of Islam and their leadership. I will make you wish I was that disrespectful. Because at least if I was that disrespectful, everyone can ignore all the facts I put before you. So no, I will not give you an opportunity to recollect the negative things and negative remarks, the name calling. I will not give you an opportunity to defer your attention from that and then make that the subject of conversation, all the while that which needs to be answered never gets answered. You will not get that from Brother Polite, because I care too much about the time, the energy, and the effort that I put in to communicate with the people that choose to listen. So without further ado, and the way this program is going to go today, this program is a chess move. And the reason why this program is a chess move for today is what we're going to do is play what people say. Okay? I like to consider this a form of a funerary rite. They can't see it, but I see it. Because since we want to dig Dr. Sabi out of the grave, and we don't want to be cautious. We don't want to take caution before we speak about a man that has contributed so much to our community. You see, if someone were to put the devil and most honorable Elijah Muhammad into the same equation, one sentence behind the other, after contrasting views, verily, the Nation of Islam will have a say about it. You guys will have a say about it. That's a fact. We know how emotional you guys are before a person just putting up a picture that supports the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Well, I don't think you should put that picture up, bro. I mean, I got so many. Yo, just be respectful. Just be respectful. Why are you trying to create this unity? I got all of that. Just for putting it up. Who they told me was Christ, and who they told me was Allah. Christians told me that guy was Christ, and Black Muslims told me that that guy was Allah. So many diversions. People like, oh no, the Nation of Islam doesn't say that was Allah. Stop it. The people I'm talking to today, one of which Farrakhan has appointed to position, they say what exactly I will be speaking about today. So let's not even do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. So what I'm saying is, if somebody spoke about Master Fard Muhammad or Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and associated them in any way to the actual devil, we know y'all would not take that lightly. We know how you guys would feel. But when it happens to Dr. Sadie, you guys are like, yo, what's up? Why you doing this? Why you creating this unity? This is the time where we bringing peace and we organizing the games and everything. Why you got to do that? When the man himself said he pulled back the video, he brought the video back up. Let's Muhammad say he resurfaced the video, casting his dissenting views about Dr. Sadie, not just mere contrast and scholarship. And he set them back to back with each other. Therefore, Dr. Sadie is following the goddamn devil. And he knew better, because he used to be a Muslim. I'm going to play Blessed Muhammad's words. And since he will not be reprimanded for it, you know what y'all talking about? He called us the mischief makers. But our tears, let Most Honorable Brother Minister Louis Farrakhan die. And some Negro come out here and tell you one portion of his doctrine and then turn around right after that and say, yeah, Farrakhan wants you to run in a complete opposite direction. Where you should be running to, he wants you to run the opposite direction. The devil he followed the devil's plan. Or I just allude to the fact right after what the devil's plan is, after just telling you what Farrakhan's plan was, where you're able to run the two concurrent and say, okay, Farrakhan's plan, devil's plan. Farrakhan is facilitating the devil's plan. Because I just said one after the other. You guys be in your feelings, wouldn't you? You guys be talking about who you want to kill and who you want to beat up. And when I get to see you, watch what will happen to you. That's what you guys will do. You know it. But you can say anything about Dr. Sadie. Because after all, you're talking to these vegans. You only think you're talking to the vegans, so hey, everybody can bully the vegans now. Shoot, all they eat is vegetables. So I'm doing this for the good brothers and sisters who may not have the voice or the opportunity. So they don't get bullied in this hour by pseudo
Vegans is pussy. I never knew that. I'm not, yo, brother polite. I'm not gonna become no vegan if I know niggas gonna become pussy. I'm not becoming pussy.
This milk doctrine.
Matter of fact, my brain, I won't even allow to become pussy. That shit, I don't think that shit is possible. I'm too old to become pussy now. Yeah, I'm too crazy. Yes, I'm not worried about brother polite. I want to meet these niggas. I want to meet these
paraphrase it, but I'll play himself. Allah came in a personage of Master Fard Muhammad and communicated this information to the Christ, Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and therefore, he could not be wrong. I mean, that's what we base the information off of now. Allah came in here, man. So whatever Allah said to Elijah, it's absolutely true. I would love to look like my God. That's one of the main reasons I never joined the Nation of Islam. Because I'd rather do that shellacking of the hair like everybody else we don't. That's in leadership. I don't want to shellac the hair. I don't want to get a hot iron to be a leader. Because in this case study, we're going to see anybody that Negro features that we love and we appraise, that we attest adds value to our perception, phenotypically that is. There's another view. There's an opposing view that the Nation of Islam holds. Okay, so we're over the 1,000 mark. Let me start making my incisions. And please, people, please forgive me. Because no matter how good this gets, I just want you to know this doesn't come more than 20% of that work I really have. It takes me a while to just make adjustments. Because I'm ready for one. I was really like, I really dare one of them to stand on the stage next to me. And point for point, let's go through the action. But then you're going to do that. Let's say you don't debate no black people. And he got all sorts of reasons why I don't debate. But I will tell you the number one reason why someone like him wouldn't debate. Because the information is pseudo, and he knows he wouldn't be able to stand the test of time against a critical thing. Notice I didn't give that hypothetical person any other title than critical thinker. So miss me with that. I ain't debating black people no more. Watch me work. Let's get to work.
Oh, boy, gotta think, man. The boy's a reader. He read a lot of books, man. How would y'all fuck with a nigga that read a lot of books?
My 4 kings, my core.
Nigga read books for no reason. So if they got a book or anything, he gonna pick up and read it and then know that shit.
My fault. But now everyone in their feelings, when I'm like, okay, since we critiquing people that pass, I'll do that and see you one. I'll also critique someone that's alive. How about I don't want to hear nothing from nobody telling me I'm promoting tension. Because at the end of the day, I can put these facts forward and we can still love each other as brothers and sisters. Because like I said, I don't have nothing negative to say about that black man. And as far as his family is concerned, and their children, if they have, them as human beings in general, I'm sticking strictly with the doctrine. I don't have no right to pry into any black man or black woman's life personally, just because there's a difference in opinion about our leadership or doctrines. So I will not do that under no circumstances, because it's not that deep. I'm going to exercise extreme caution so that those that are walking with me don't exercise the same behavior when confronted with this type of adversity. We're going to deal with this in a scholarly manner and in a very entertaining way as well. So now, I welcome you guys into the pseudo teachings of the Nation of Islam, their self-hate, and the disrespect of Dr. Sebi. And all I can say is, I'm only doing this because Dr. Sebi wasn't alive to defend himself against the Wesley Muhammad, and that video wasn't produced when Dr. Sebi was alive. And maybe Wesley just stumbled upon this information and had an epiphany when Dr. Sebi died. But when he was alive, I didn't see these challenges to Dr. Sebi from the Nation of Islam. I may have missed it. And the first time around, when Dr. Wesley Muhammad put up that video, I never saw it, because had I seen it, I would have been the same way I am now. I would have kept that same energy. I would have kept that same energy. Facts. The point of the matter is, today, we are aware. And we will address it. So the first thing we're going to do, actually, the very first thing that we must do, I'd be remiss if I didn't play this man's own words first. So let me play Wesley Muhammad's words, just one time only. You know how slow he can talk, so don't none of us want to be sitting here listening to repeats of Wesley Muhammad. I understand that, but bear with me, because we need it for the record, that which Dr. Wesley Muhammad has said. So I'm going to start it off from a video entitled Dr. Wesley Muhammad, Powerful Response to Brother for Life, the Middle Controversy, etc. If there's any other words there. At the 58-minute mark in 2 seconds is where I will commence, and we'll probably listen to about 2 minutes thereafter or a little before we really get into the thick of things. 90% of the milk that's on the market, we're all only saying that those qualities of milk aren't endemic to milk itself, but are the consequence of the poisoning of milk, and I use the language to weaponize it. So the statement does not come from your brother that Dr. Sebi is wrong on milk. That's not my statement. I did not say that. This is the biggest double talker on planet Earth. So his whole claim to fame is that he never said Dr. Sebi was wrong about milk. There's no need to tell a lie like that. Yeah, you never said it. You never said Dr. Sabi was wrong. You just said that he got everybody running away from the very thing they should be running to, and that whoever's not drinking milk is following in the devil's plan. You never said that Dr. Sabi was wrong. You went one up and made it clear that he's following in the devil's path. What the hell? What are we doing here? No one's stupid. He thinks he's talking to stupid people. Yo, where is this Mickey D's picture of this brother eating in McDonald's? Giving us some, listen. While we listen to this, I just remembered I got Wesley Muhammad and the Nation of Islam brothers sitting at a dang table, sitting at a dang table, feasting on McDonald's. I just remembered. I gotta pull this up. There's much agreement between us and Dr. Sabi on milk. Now this is a atrocity right here. There's much agreement. Remember, everybody, please remember that statement. There's much agreement on Dr. Sabi and him when it comes to milk. Remember, he said there's much agreement. Because we're going to see how much agreement there is. Because we're going to play Dr. Sabi's words too, next to his words. And we're going to see how much they actually agree. Where I find him in error is specific, and I am saying that he was our brother. He's a great master teacher. On that specific point, I was saying he was in error. That's all. Now, is it possible that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the man, was wrong on milk? Well, I guess it would be, except that the honorable Elijah Muhammad wasn't teaching from himself on milk. The honorable Elijah Muhammad was strictly repeating what he was taught by God Almighty himself. Hey, I see that? Most honorable Elijah Muhammad was only, hold on. Let's go back. Because listen to the logic. He wasn't wrong about milk. I mean, after all, this information came to us by way of God Almighty himself, vicariously through the Christ and messenger, most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Come on, I had some sauce on it, but that's what he's saying. So let's listen to it to make sure I'm not taking nothing out of context. Let's make sure we understand why he couldn't possibly be wrong, why most honorable Elijah Muhammad couldn't possibly be wrong. Let's make sure we understand why most honorable Elijah Muhammad couldn't possibly be wrong about us eating some butter and cow's milk. Let's see. On himself on that. The honorable Elijah Muhammad was strictly repeating what he was taught by God Almighty. Okay, so most honorable Elijah Muhammad was not only repeating, he was strictly repeating. So you know who behind we have to come after. We have to come after Allah. Now we got to bang on Allah, because Allah got us drinking cow's milk. Allah got us drinking cow's milk, family. Cow's milk. So now we got to bang on Allah, because he's setting us up. Thank goodness, because I didn't want to bang on most honorable Elijah Muhammad, but he's innocent, because he got this information from someone who was supposed to be Allah in the flesh. Thank goodness. Because I didn't want to bother Elijah. I like Elijah. Now we got to go ahead to go after Allah himself. Let's get it. Is this the same Allah that existed for the 1,200 plus years that we had to undergo the trans-Sub-Saharan slave trade? Where was Allah when we went through that? Is this the same Allah for in the hells of America for 465 years, arguably extended, that we were also being mutilated, raped, castrated, lynched, suffered the consequence of having to have sex with our own mothers? Is this the same Allah that existed during slavery, during the John Hawkins slave ship era? Is this the same Allah that exists during Mike Brown, Sandra Bland? Is this the same Allah? We gotta ask some questions. And maybe Allah helps his own. I want to see how Allah looks, since we got a picture of Allah's ass today. We're gonna pardon the word ass. So says we got a picture of Allah's behind today. But I don't want nobody distracted. Muslim said he said the word ass. So disregard all the information. I'm not about to allow y'all to do that. Come on. Let's hear this. Let's hear this scholarship one more time. The God of Elijah Muhammad wasn't teaching from himself on this. The God of Elijah Muhammad was strictly repeating what he was taught by God Almighty himself. Woo. So what I would like to believe that God Almighty himself came in the persons of a man. I would like to believe his hair would cake even if it wasn't cake. I would like to believe his nose would get broader even if it was skinny. I would like to believe that his lips would get bigger even if they were like reptilian slit lips. Some reason. I wonder if it's safe to say cracker. That might be a cuss word too. So I'm going to refrain from calling Allah a cracker. That's what I want to call his behind. But I don't want no distractions. Don't start doing that weird look that Wesley do when he screws his eyebrows together like it's hurting him today. And all of them in the nation that teach, they got this thing where they pause for mad long before they tell you the BS. Farrakhan does it too. I'm gonna show you. I had to actually cut between clips to speed it up because they all before they come with the BS. Hold on now, let me tell you this. Yes. Milk. And they laugh to themselves like, it's liquid sunlight. And then people start applauding and they go, whoa, it's hell for that. Yo, listen, it's going to be good. The land isn't the exegesis of Elijah.
That is woo. Oh, that's good.
The fruits of the research or study of Elijah Poole or even the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Everything that we are living in how to eat the living. Okay, that's enough of that crap anyway. There's a white man on its own in the commercial. My goodness. I don't even want to say who he looks like. If I showed you the image of this white man in this commercial that's on the toilet, and then I showed you who Allah personified in, or who Allah himself, the God Almighty, came in the flesh, you would say, let me stop. Because I don't want them saying that's disrespectful. But I'm a screenshot. Let me screenshot. In case they ever said I was disrespectful, I will reference this point in the video and I will show you a man who literally looked like Allah that was taking a dump on the toilet. For some odd reason, YouTube just interjected, pulled up an ad in between that which I was playing, and it was a man who looked like Master Fard on the toilet. I don't know why that just happened. I still think it's divine, nonetheless. We'll move forward. Remember, Dr. Sabi and them don't really disagree when it comes to this milk thing. Watch this. They don't get this work today. We ain't about to play with them today. Where's the other stuff that was going on before? The screen share was dope last time. It was legit. Okay, people. So y'all remember this, how to eat to live, life versus the Nation of Islam? We got a lot of amazing data that came in. You can check that out. We did this. It's up here on the channel. Let's move forward. Because today what we're dealing with is this. Yeah, God is telling me that I'm talking out of my... we'll figure it out. We'll figure out what that means. We'll go in deep meditation and find out why did this white man on the toilet look just like their God. So I'm figuring this out. But this is what I wanted to tell you guys. The black Christian told me this is Jesus Christ on the left. And the black Muslim told me that this was Allah on the right. Is there any room for anybody that has our features in America these days or abroad? Let's listen. Let's listen closely to the insanity. Because this is insanity. Let's listen closely to Dr. Wesley Muhammad one more time And let's hear his address, because the first thing that he must tell us to do, drink milk and eat baby beans. Let's listen to it, people.
There's two things that I expect every single one of us in here to lead and do. And do continuously from this point on for the rest of your life. That's eat navy beans and drink milk. Beans and drink milk.
They applauded this.
I know. You follow Dr. Satan. Woo! You follow Dr. Satan. And so you think black people, African people are inherently lactose intolerant. And so all these black people are running from milk. And do you know what milk is?
Uh-oh, look at the crazy stuff between his eyes.
Whole milk, white milk, is
Look at that pause.
liquid sunlight. Whole milk is liquid sunlight. Why do I say that? In milk, you get vitamin D that synthesizes testosterone. Milk helps us replenish testosterone. In milk, you get the amino acid tryptophan, which is necessary to synthesize serotonin. We replenish our serotonin by milk. Milk in its protein gives us tryptophan, which is the amino acid that synthesizes melanin. So just with milk, we can replenish testosterone, serotonin, and melanin in milk with navy bean. Navy bean gives us zinc and magnesium to synthesize testosterone. Milk gives us tryptophan to synthesize testosterone. This is the meal of the black god.
Oh, shit.
Scientific fact.
The cow is producing the milk of the black cow.
Dr. Say be all you want. I love Dr. Say. May he rest in peace.
Look at you. Look
But
at
he didn't make a mistake in this. He made an error. Because I heard him say he was a follower of the Messiah Elijah Muhammad. He was a Muslim. So he knew better, but he got so many of us running from the very thing we should be knocking folks out trying to get to. But I have to put this qualifier.
Here it comes.
Because the devil knows that milk is the food of the God. So the devil has weaponized milk. The devil, you can't just run out and get, in fact, most milk. Because most milk is drawn from continuously pregnant cows. They artificially inseminate these cows so they are pregnant and lactating at the same time. And what that does,
that part is
the
true.
natural estrogen rate in milk skyrockets. So the milk, most of the commercial milk, is estrogen and progesterone levels have been artificially, astronomically inflated. So it does the opposite of what it's intended to do. The devil is on his job.
There you go. There you go. That devil talk. He's on his job.
Milk from small arms that drawn from cows that aren't kept pregnant. Small, they ain't missing the Mennonites. That's what we're going until we get on land and cows and produce our own milk.
Like, do you want any black women?
Drink that milk. Drink that milk. And in the closing, I can't. But see, this is how we can fix it, and we don't even have to leave this country.
You don't even have to leave America.
The light of God can
before we move on to better things.
There's two things that I expect every single one of us in here to lead and do.
Uh-oh. What's these two things?
Do continuously
Continuously.
from this point on for the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life, only these two things are nothing else.
Navy beans and drink milk. Drink milk.
Yo.
I know.
Yo.
You probably got to say.
Throwing shots.
You probably got to say.
Come on.
Because you think black people, African people are inherently lactose intolerant. And so all these black people are running from milk. And do you know what milk is? Is
Uh-oh.
liquid sunlight.
Oh, this fun.
Milk is liquid sunlight. Why do I say that?
Woo! So it's hard for us to digest liquid sunlight. Tell these black folks who are having problems drinking milk, and my man, you having problems digesting liquid sunlight. We have to get liquid sunlight out the nipples of a cow. Wow, we can't get it directly from the sun. Nah, my G, we gotta get liquid sunlight from the titty of the cow. Let's do this. But yo, I'm gonna play you guys something very powerful. Hold on real quick. I'm sorry, because I can't get enough of the video. I got someone to pay other Muhammad that's inside of the Nation of Islam. Don't worry, you coming up next. Because he got the cure for AIDS. And according to, and you know it's interesting because if you listen to Wesley Muhammad, he's going to tell you that black people being lactose intolerant is a myth. If you listen to this Abdul Muhammad from the Nation of Islam, I didn't get his right name. Pardon me, brother, I will get your right name. He would tell you that he is lactose intolerant. They both are teaching from the teachings of God himself. But anyway, nonetheless, I'm going to show you another teacher from the Nation of Islam who's going to make it clear and plain that they got the cure for AIDS. And the key to the cure for AIDS is to have some raw milk spoiled for at least 4 days. I'm paraphrasing, but we're going to see how much I got wrong. He said raw milk don't spoil. And what you got to do to come up with some more healthier components is to leave it out there. It don't spoil, it gets sour. But like, Negro, if it gets sour, it's spoiled. He said it don't spoil, it gets sour. And when it gets sour, that's called buttermilk. And that buttermilk is just fermented milk. And that fermented milk is basically yogurt. But this has the cure for AIDS in it. Interferons. Alpha, beta, I'm like, oh, something's interferon with your logic. Something's interferon with your ability to think. Leave that word interferon alone, and let's go talk about what's interferon with how you construct ideas and process data. But we don't go to it because if y'all think I'm lying, that the cure for AIDS is in a cow's raw milk that has to be left out room temperature for at least 4 days. And then if you really want to get busy now, you're going to need to add this raw milk. Don't never get spoiled. You're going to leave this raw milk out at room temperature so it can get sour, so it can become buttermilk, which is none other than fermented milk. If you think I'm making this stuff up, we're going to see how close, because I study these doctrines, I love it. And so what happens is, when someone asks, yo, but how much raw milk do I need? He then replies online and says, you need coffee, raw sugar. Now, all of a sudden, the raw milk being sour goes out the window, and now we also need sour raw milk. He still doesn't tell you the amount of raw milk you need. Instead, he now brings up more questions by telling us we have to compound interest with this raw, sour,
melon, y'all.
buttermilk, fermented
Chopped it
yogurt
up
milk.
pretty good.
And what we're going to need is coffee, okay, and some vegetables, some herbs. He doesn't specify what herbs, and some fruits, and some sugar, but none of that statement, none of that BS.
Pretty good.
You're going to hear it from his own words. Yo, the cure for AIDS is in coffee and milk that you leave out at least 4 days, room temperature. Teachers from the Nation of Islam See, when I put up the pseudoscience of the Nation of Islam, it's like, you ain't going to debate me on this.
You know it's good to mix to make it. You know it's good to make your smoothies go. Besides, you know, you definitely gotta get the sea moss. That's the main ingredient. But you get the fruit that you like. Yes, you get the fruit that you like to mix with the sea moss. That's how you get the flavor you want. You get the shit that you like. That's what I do. Yeah, I got shit that I like. You know what I'm saying? Melon, pineapples, mangoes, strawberries, and raspberries. I like all that. And the other shit, which I'm having for dinner, that's why I want to put it in my shake.
Yo, I'm a play.
Yeah, so, yeah, the best way to make your shake, I believe, which is common sense, is you put in the shake the fruit that you like. Yeah, the sea moss, yes, it's the most important ingredient, of course. You buy the sea moss, and, you know, you soak it for, you know, at least 4 hours and stuff like that, and rinse it out after every 4 hours. You know what to do with the sea moss from the other video. But yeah, you get fruit that you like to put in the blender to make your smoothie taste good, the way you want it to taste. Yeah, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I know my shit gonna be lit. I like melons. I got melons, like pineapples, strawberries, raspberries, and mangoes. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with kale and all that other fly shit and avocado, but the reason why I didn't put it in is because I'm having that for dinner. You know what I'm saying? That's, as you can see, that's my dinner. So, yeah. But, yeah, my smoothie about to be litty. That's about to be litty. I'm going to probably cut the pineapple next. And everything else is easy. I put the pineapple, the mangoes, have it ready. I'm gonna start the blending. The sea moss look like it's about ready. You know what I'm saying? I had it soaking for about, man, I think about 8 hours already. Probably about 8 hours. Yeah, about 8 hours. I gotta rinse it out again too. I'm glad I talked to y'all. Yeah, I gotta rinse it out again. So I'm gonna go rinse it out. Be back. I'm gonna finish this cutting up process. Show you how to get this shit on the roll. I might need a jug to put the smoothie in, depending on how I do it, because I can make it and then put in the fridge and have it for later and just, you know what I'm saying? Take it when I'm ready for it. Do like that too. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the situation. But most likely, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna blend everything, make how much cups I need to make, and put it in the fridge for later. But I need a jug or something. I'm gonna see if I find one. But right now, I'm gonna rinse out the sea moss again. I'm supposed to rinse it out every 4 hours. Rinse it out every 4 hours. But you're supposed to soak it for at least 4 hours. After every 4 hours, you change the water. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're gonna do that. Be back, people.
These videos so you can see this is a viewing, okay? I think they call it a wake or something like that. This is the funeral, okay? We got your bodies today. This is just a viewing. And what we're doing at this viewing is remembering all the good old times when they was allowed to get away with pseudo information. We're allowing them all the good old days where they got to get these pseudo information out before Brother Correct came. Okay? I think my arms is long enough to box with God. I think they're long enough. I could definitely box with pseudo God. The God of pseudo, because he got y'all out there. Missionaries.
It's the sea moss people.
To the world telling us now that we got to cure raw sugar and some milk to be left out room temperature for 4 days or more. And you know, get some herbs and vegetables. These are grown people saying this. So if you thought Wesley Muhammad lost his damn mind, his gang mind, if you thought Wesley Muhammad lost his mind, you gotta hear this other minister of the Nation of Islam as well. And I don't know, I think they kind of neck and neck in pseudo and weird. They're neck and neck. But I like to listen to their whole teaching, because Wesley left out the coffee and the raw milk and leaving it out, and how raw milk never spoils. They say it's scientific facts. He says it with conviction. I should play that. Wesley Muhammad says scientific facts. That's how he begins. Okay? But people, those of you that say you don't understand how it's disrespectful for him to mention Dr. Sabi, let me show you something. First of all, let's see what Dr. Sabi said, because Dr. Sabi gonna drop some jewels, because you know Wesley Muhammad said we don't even really disagree. We agree, basically. Hold on. I told you to keep that in mind, right? Let's listen to Wesley Muhammad as though Dr. Sabi is still alive, and let's see how much they really agree. And when Dr. Sabi is alive, teaching these things, let's see if he looks like the devil that Wesley Muhammad is talking about. Let's play them at the same time. Let's go back and forth and let them speak their doctrines, and then see if it's disrespectful when you look at it that way. See, don't tell somebody who's healed by Dr. Sabi. Let me show you guys something. Let me show you something. Because this ain't no fake love. This ain't no fake stuff going on. Let me go to Instagram. You know what? Let me see something. Over here. I may not have to go through this. Okay. Okay. I think we got it right here. Okay, people. Okay. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. I see y'all. We're going to do some more pseudo stuff, and we're going to come right back, and we're going to have an overview about the pseudo teachings of the Nation of Islam, and we're going to work our way into the self-hate. Right now, we're dealing with the disrespect of Dr. Sabi portion of our program today, and then we're going to dive, this nosedive, we're going straight into the pseudo stuff again. There's plenty of it around. We don't have a whole program for us. I got to keep this thing moving. I think 1.6 thousand people that are in here, but it's not nearly enough. This video right now, because we really have to talk as a community and figure out what's going on in that cult. That is actually a cult. We have to really figure this out. We needed a whole program today before we could crack books open. But I didn't really think I had to beat you in the head with a lot of heavy sciences today. Because I think many of you know, like, what happens with cults is they keep the real mischievous information. We like using that word, right? They keep the real mischievous information on the inside. So once they got you hooked from all the positive things that they do, they have you locked into all the pseudo truths. See how it works? You wind up loving them so much that when they start slipping little mollies in your drink, you just start accepting everything. Yo, watch this. Yo, listen. Watch this. This is crazy. I want to show you this. How dare y'all talk about Dr. Sabi, yo? Watch this. Oh, I got it back. Let's get it. Watch this. This is just so y'all know what it is. Thank you for the donation, family. This is just so you know what it is. Oh, no. This is not the right one. Pardon me. That is not the right one. Okay. Pardon me. Okay.
Yes, people. I just rinsed off and put it back to soak. Change the water for the sea moss. So yeah, I'm probably gonna chop up the pineapple turn, and mango. Then we lit. It's city outside.
That was not the right one. Let me go to. We're going to get this in, though. Hold on. We're going to get this in. Watch this right here. You gotta understand. You got to understand. It's okay. You got to understand. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get your brother. Oh, we got a nice video. let's do it. Very interesting. Disrespectful to you. Let's do this. Do this the right way. I think it's this one. We'll share the screen right now. We'll share the screen. And people, I'm just waiting for it to come up. There we go. Okay? Scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down. Boom, boom. Scrolling down. All right. Let's look at this, just so y'all know what it is.
Oh my
You see this, family? I'm not just doing it. And it's okay if people love Dr. Sadie from afar, because I meet people all the time that say I changed their life. They see me as their father, they see me as their mentor, they see me as their older brother. So I know, so I'm not taking nothing from nobody who hasn't personally experienced Dr. Sadie. This is a man that we were very, very great friends. He was a father in one instance, a best friend in another. This is a man that when I came home from prison gave me 15 bands to help further my vision to open up my Avalana Alkaline restaurant in Brooklyn. This is a man that my daughter cried for and seen as grandpa from a young age. This is a man that cured me of my diabetes. This is a man that would fly in, like he said, he would be in another country and he would fly in just because I was teaching a lecture. Imagine someone that you look up to would go that far to fly in from one country to another just to hear you speak for 2 hours. He would always ask the secretary, what's the next time, brother, I got to speak? So I could fly in. This is a man that we built a vision about the land that was given to him in Africa in exchange for his ability to cure. This is a man that I know, no doubt, was murdered because of the vision of the future that was being laid down. So we can't play games. Let me watch this one more time. And I mean, there's tons of other footage. This is a man who did no other lectures by another man's side that I know of, with the exception of me, several places along this country alone, whether it was Philadelphia, whether it was Washington, whether it was New York, whether it was California. He didn't teach alongside no other teacher. But me, this doesn't, I'm not saying this to degrade anybody. I'm saying that don't belittle my love and my connection with my master teacher. So this is coming from a real place. And the fact that I have the patience and the poise and the maturity to feel like you disrespected my master teacher and family says a lot about the healing and the wellness. Because I know he wouldn't want me to be cursing you out. He would say, Brother Clyde, they're sick, they're drinking milk, they're drinking blood. What do you respect?
What do you respect? Yo, but that's crazy though, gang. Y'all hear me? No. There is there is some truth though to you are what you eat. Yeah, what he said made a lot of sense about the way a nigga acting because he's drinking milk and shit like that. Yeah, it should make some sense. And that shit coming from me, so you know that shit's the truth to that shit. The shit crazy. Yeah, the shit crazy, gang. Gang.
Yeah, so Negro is saying, Dr. Sabi wanted to prove what you're doing. You don't know Sabi. I know Sabi. Yes, he would have. He always said he loved my vigor. He loved my gangster. That was what he used to tell me. I love your gangster. I love it. Don't lose it.
Brooklyn, stand
He said
up.
I was the other side of him. That's what he told me. So don't tell me about what Dr. Sabi would do. And furthermore, this ain't about if he would like what I'm doing right now. It's my responsibility to defend his name and to defend his honor. That man put too much work in to have these pseudos come out here and tell us how important it is to drink milk and to leave it at room temperature.
Yo,
And this
I
jackass
can't
says,
stand this nigga, man.
You ain't a gangster. Oh, don't mistake me for the Negroes that's killing other Negroes. That's not what I meant. That's not what he meant. He playfully called me a gangster because he loved my conviction when I was teaching, despite the powers that be not wanting that information to go out before the world. So miss me with the nigger activity who hide themselves. I'm saying figuratively, he said I was gangster, and as far as the fact that I was unrelenting when I stood on something, I would not let it go despite the threats like the ones I'm getting now. So it's real emotion here. Like I got a young idiot out here doing videos talking about I never knew Dr. Sabi, when all the information is on the internet right now. But it just shows how consumed with hate he is. How much hate he's consumed by. So the man want to dig my teacher from up out of the grave. Let's compare the two teachers then. And let's see who stands the test of time. And let's see who's really for black people. If that's what we really want to do. Don't tell me nothing about dissension, because you ain't tell them nothing about dissension. Because no one can say a damn thing about Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, or Master Fard Muhammad, without one of them curling up in their damn panties. So don't tell me I can't defend my teacher, my friend, my father. Stop the fronting, man. Pardon my language, I apologize. We're gonna go through it. Not playing with these cats, man. Wanna take it lightly. That man put his life on the line to do what he did. I ain't saying I'm perfect, but he came with the perfect plan. The man gonna have nobody reverse what he was teaching. So if it's about scholarship, let's put the scholarship down. Let's really talk about that milk. High in protein, animal protein. That's high in sulfur-containing amino acids.
Preach.
That throws off the magnetic field.
Science, this my shit. Science.
Which incurs the stress that is impeding on the cell's ability to replicate themselves. Which equals cancer. But let's do it again. Milk high in animal protein is high in sulfur-containing amino acids that offsets what? Leaching, a process in which your bones have to have calcium leached off of it so that calcium can buffer the acidity because it changes the integrity or compromises the integrity of the body's potential hydrogen. And therefore makes you more vulnerable and susceptible to diseases of all sorts, more especially in the case of diabetes 1, thyroidism, and hypothyroidism. And when this calcium is leached off of the bones, it now changes the density of the bones. And the excess calcium goes into deposits into the kidney. Now you got kidney stones. Not to mention that when you take an animal's milk, it has to be accompanied. Each calcium has to be accompanied by a magnesium.
Preach.
Otherwise, you're going to compromise bone density.
Preach.
Never mind the fact milk is allowed to have 750,000 somatic cells. And at the point of 750,000 somatic cells, you're now in the threshold of cancer. It's allowed to have 750,000 somatic cells, a euphemism for pus. It's allowed
Yeah, I
to
don't
have
know how to
24,000
cut.
live
That's my first time
bacteria
cutting a pineapple in my life.
before the Food and Drug Administration takes it
What?
off the shelf.
I know how to get the shit.
It's allowed to be
Oh, that was my first time cutting
processed,
a
which
melon
makes the
too.
longest shelf life of a product.
I think I did a good
By
job though.
heating it up to get rid of germs, you have to heat up liquid sunlight to get rid of the germs. But see, Muhammad would tell you to make sure you boil milk if you're going to. Liquid sunlight has to be boiled. Liquid sunlight in the form of milk has to be boiled to kill germs. There's germs in liquid sunlight. There's germs in liquid
I
sunlight.
could not stand this nigga.
So you telling me Dr. Sabi just put all this information down and you want to usurp this information because some pale man told you that he's Allah in the flesh?
Yeah,
Because remember, Dr. West said, it's not like this was an admission of Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad himself paraphrasing, just saying it better than the way he said it. More rather, this was information that came directly from God Almighty himself. That's what he said. So we can't even fear these guys back on the right path. Because they think Allah, God Almighty himself, wants us to get liquid sunlight from a cow. And then maybe have to boil it or wait till it's room temperature so it can get sour, not spoiled. So it can become buttermilk, which is fermented. So we can come up with the cure for AIDS. This is what they're teaching. I'm going to show you this. I'm not making this up. So now you're making a mockery out of what this man did. And for those of you that say, but yo, but about Dr. Sabi saying when he joined, he was sick. The healed version of Dr. Sabi called that. So tell the whole story. He said when he joined, he was sick. He still had healing to do within himself. I take nothing from the contributions of the Nation of Islam historically in our community. I take nothing from them. Thank you for the donations, family. I take nothing from them. But what we're not going to do is make that the end all. You see, he joined the Nation of Islam, like Elijah Muhammad somehow has something to do with the things that he knows. Mr. Have the butter, drink the milk. Elijah Muhammad said, man, don't eat chicken. But if you're going to eat something, you can eat lamb. Lamb is high in anthrax. You know the thing that they put in the envelopes? The terrorists was putting anthrax in envelopes and people were dying? Lamb is one of the highest animal products on planet Earth when it comes to anthrax. And Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if you need me, I triple dog dare you to actually pull it up, son. That's to the black. And I have the slides. I really do. I just do my best not to make this long or prolonged because I still got some serious work to give them. Let's see what Dr. Sabi said. Let's see what Dr. Sabi said. Let's see what Dr. Sabi said. Let's put Wesley Muhammad's teachings next to the jewel that Dr. Sabi gives us towards the end. Listen to this man teach. I get the spirit when I hear him teach. I've been going through all his old videos, stuff that I ain't even released yet that I got. I got heard he was going to release. Those of you that went to the class in Washington, y'all know I got them. When he came with that big bag, and he said, so you won't even need to take all those other herbs. You'll be able to just take these combined. And that'll be it, because his goal was to see if he can minimize the cost of his products. So he consolidated them by putting some choice herbs together, one of which being concussive. Those of you that were in Washington, D.C. for that class, you know what it is. You know what's up. Y'all saw it. He blessed me with a whole bag. And to this day, I'm just here like, what do I do with that? So no, this is not just a guy. And if he was just the guy that I felt from the virtual realm, just watching him, respect should still be due to anybody that supports that man. So I'm not gonna come out my face and do this name calling thing with Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the other dude. that you call them. I still want to respect my brothers and sisters that believe in that stuff. We don't critique that shit. It's just to get back. And trust me, I dare somebody to come out emotional and do their best to represent the Islam in anything that I'm bringing. Come out emotional and say some disrespectful stuff. Because all I'm going to do is terrorize the teachers. I don't want to. But keep disrespecting Dr. Sabi. I don't want to. It's going to keep disrespecting Dr. Sabi. I don't mind some Negroes is running rampant in the streets. But if leadership is going to keep disrespecting Dr. Sabi and it's going to go unnoticed, we can peruse all throughout that doctrine. But at least with the Nation of Gods and Earth, when they say the Father Allah came to them and he couldn't pay, at least that's a well-made black man. We gotta move this thing along. So all people crying, nah, come on, we need peace. Yo, tell that to them. Because they ain't have to bring that man up there in this hour just because Dr. Sabi was getting traction. As Russell Muhammad said, he just taught his truth. And didn't have to bring up Dr. Sabi. They have to do no devil associations. Watch this. I got every right to feel the way I feel. Watch this. They don't need to cry about it either. It's all right. Because ain't nobody on this side fighting anybody. It's all right. Watch this. These crazy people. Yo, listen to Dr. Sabi. Drop this. Watch this.
You can listen to Dr. Sabi all you want. Love Dr. Sabi. I'm not signing for Elijah Muhammad. He was a Muslim, so he knew better, but he got so many of us. What's qualified? Because the devil knows that milk is the food of the God. So the devil has recognized. That's common sense, I think. Animals produce milk, or animals. The devil is on his job. So look for milk from small farms that drawn from cows that are kept. That's babies. Human beings, women, females, produces milk for human babies. Still we get lay egg and cows and produce our own milk. And then, to compound the problem, that the animal that we selected to afford us this milk is an animal that was made through the process of hybridization. An animal that is God-less. God did not make a cow. Because the devil knows that milk is the food of the God. So the devil has recognized milk. To afford us this milk is an animal that was made through the process of hybridization. An animal that is God-less. God did not make a cow.
Yo, did you hear this man drop the sciences? He broke down the damn cow is a hybrid. Man made the cow. So you telling me a man-made animal can produce liquid sunlight? Yo, Dr. Sabi's so legit. Let's do this one more time. Dr. Sabi's official. Yo, did y'all just hear that? Did y'all just hear what Sabi just said? Think about the logic. The cow's a hybrid. Man created the cow. And you're going to tell me that the man-made organism created food for the gods? You telling me God can create an animal that will produce food for the gods? You telling me this white man that you call the devil hybridized animals? And the hybridized animals are the ones that's creating the foods for the god, but God couldn't create an animal to create food for the gods? Yo. Bars. That was bars. Hold on.
sense, I think. Animals produces milk for animal babies. The devil is on his job. So look for milk from small farms and drawn from cows that aren't kept pregnant. That's common sense, I think. Animals produces milk for animal babies. Human beings, women, females, produces milk for human babies. So we get our land and cows and produce our own milk. And then, to compound the problem, is that the animal that we selected to afford us this milk is an animal that was made through the process of hybridization, an animal that is godless. God did not make a cow. Because the devil knows that milk is the food of the God, so the devil has weaponized milk. To afford us this milk is an animal that was made through the process of hybridization, an animal that is godless. God did not make a cow.
So, let's put them up against each other. Let's put both teachers up against each other. And trust me, for everything I'm presenting, I gotta show y'all the Wesley Muhammad for you. Now, yeah, it's not filled with personal attacks, but he initiated this. He started this. You feel me? Now, like I said, I got a lot of good brothers and sisters that I love in the Nation of Islam, and that's why I refrain from my whole presentation. My presentation is nuts. So I had to actually compartmentalize it. Because this stuff was done too. But I really like the science, and I didn't get a chance to do that. You know, I like to go berserk with that.
That's my shit. That's why I fuck with Brother Polite. That's why I fuck with Brother Polite. That science.
That's all I'm saying. He's out of line. He ain't got to do that. Because you guys know.
That's a fact. That's why I fuck with science. Because I like to say shit like that. That fact shit. Yeah, I like to be on point. That's one thing I got from fucking being on the fucking streets. Yeah, I like to get shit done with. You know what I'm saying?
To the black community. And
I like to get to points and
see anything about you guys. Because historically, you've contributed.
There's a destination that needs to be get to. And sometimes in the streets, the destination that you can get to right now.
The black man and black woman, especially being so for that, I've always been reluctant. Like,
yeah, should make me a strong go-getter. So
I don't have nothing to say.
That's why I like science.
I don't like it. I don't like beef with you guys. I don't like it. About Dr. Sabi and this guy saying this and that. I'm like, yo, come on, fam. We ain't doing that. Because now I'm starting to wonder what y'all guys really think. That's not right. That's what I'm saying. It's not right. I'm exercise a lot of discipline still. We got more to go. Let's get to the cure for the AIDS. Picture another pseudoscientist of the Islam. Now, the Nation of Islam wants to stand on any of the information I'm putting forth that I'm continuing to be very pseudo. Not just regular pseudo, extremely pseudo, then come on. Because I'm not jumping out the window here. I'm making sure I just put the most craziest stuff that your leadership is teaching, and then we can see if you want to stand on that. I don't mind. The Sadie just dropped a nuke on him. You see, you want to bring them back. I can bring them back properly. Come on, let's do this. I'll never have to speak. I have a bunch of clips lined up for the information that's been presented all around the board. So much so, I can just release the clips of my teacher talking and fall back and just press the play. I'm really that meticulous. I'm sitting there listening to everything I can find. I'm that meticulous. From the BS that they teach to the real stuff that Dr. Sabi
this nigga is different.
Grind it up.
Come on, man. Stop, leave these niggas alone. Science.
Y'all don't really know how meticulous I get. Y'all really don't
Teach your niggas something, man.
You do, a lot of people really don't know how far I go to defend the art of my teacher. I just don't be put in that position.
All right, man. Go back to this.
So come on, Wesley, you and I both said we ain't gonna do this 2 years ago. We said, yo, we ain't gonna even deal with each other. It's love. Bro, if I tell you like, fam, that thing is coming off disrespectful, G. So you had to do is, yo, my bad, that's not my intention. Boom. But you wanna play crazy. So let's go. Hold on. Let's go. We not done. We're not done at all. I want to show you guys something. Something that's deep and profound. It's deep and it's profound. I'm gonna show you guys something. Hold on, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go into I gotta get this thing lined up for you right now. That's what I gotta do, honestly. Let me get this thing for you guys right now. And the reason why we gotta get this. Hold on. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. This is great. Okay. So in our next segment here, what we're gonna do? Our next segment. You're about to do it.
Yeah, just in case you guys see the other video, I've got fresh. I just chopped that flavor. Why? Because I be drinking this shit all the time. So I know this shit tastes good. So I ain't got to worry about blending it as far as food is concerned. Not fruits. Fruits is very easy to make smoothies and make it taste good. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get the right fruits that you know what I'm saying? But what it is when it comes to stuff like kale, avocados, cucumbers, certain vegetables like that, and onions, peppers, and stuff like that, yeah, it's bitter. So you gotta make the right blend with the fruit, because you ain't trying to put no fucking sugar in there. That's like a fucking waste. It's not like a waste, but it's like putting bad shit when you're making a big good shit. What you're making, you're blending in making some good shit for your body. Yeah, you put sugar in it, you're putting bad shit in good shit. So that's that. But yeah, this is already blended. I know how it tastes. So we got the kale and a lot of other stuff in there. So make my smoothie process easier if I want to incorporate food in my smoothie. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking about it. It depends. You know what I'm saying? It depends. Because I'm gonna make a couple of them or whatever. So I might just incorporate this with spring water and sea moss, and then make another sea moss drink with pineapples, melons, strawberries, and then another one with mangoes, pineapples, and raspberries and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And make a multitude of flavors, and I might get excited and make up some shit and find one. And that's gonna be exclusive. They say they outside. Cause he the nigga like me that don't even want to go outside no more, man. Nigga lose excitement running the streets of fucking 35 years, dude. I've been running the streets for 35 years. And you know who know that? My crazy ass older fucking brother. Yeah. He's probably the only person that fucking know his younger brother's crazy. And everybody think I'm the older brother. But yeah, he's probably the only one that know I've been running the streets for 33 years. While I'm in the house making these fucking smooth videos and I'm not outside robbing and fucking running the streets all crazy and just taking over the fucking world on some street shit. I'm about to take over the world on some business shit. But my brother would tell you why I changed. Because I got, why this shit is, I did everything. I didn't do this shit for so long. Even right now, I just don't do shit and I just pop up with shit. I've been doing this shit for so long. I've been on the street for so long. I don't know. I don't even know how I do this shit. Yeah, $500 belts and all types of fly shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, I just do it. I don't know. City outside. Shit is great. Yes, I got some type of shit from being in the street so long. Like, yeah, that shit is crazy. Be here, shit. I don't try to get nothing. Shit, it's like shit is just forced upon me. Word, that's it. That's it. Finish this shit up. Living. I'm saying 2 o'clock in the morning. Just go outside, change my clothes, come out about 5, post up. 3, 4 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers always pop out. One thing about being in New York, being in the hood, niggas always pop out. 24/7. 24/7. They say they outside. That's what they say.
In our next segment, this is what we're about to do. Oh, I like that. Hold on. I'm about to share the screen. Share the screen. If you erase it, don't worry, I got him. Oh, thank you. Hold on. Oh, so we going back to the channel of Racing Comments, huh? Hold on. Let me see something. Did you think you safe for Racing Comments, Mr. Muhammad? I saved your comment. I saved your comment now. Hold on. I think you went back and erased the comment I was talking about. Oh, shoot. Whoa. We're doing that now? He erased the comment. He erased the comment. Yo, he ran back to his channel and he erased the cure for AIDS is a raw milk and coffee. And raw shit. Yo, don't worry about it, family, because I screenshot it. Hold on. Yo, he erased the comment. He was in the chat. I saw you showed me the Muhammad brother was in the chat. Oh, good thing I kept the evidence. Wow. Dang, Mr. Muhammad, say it ain't so. himself right now, family. Yeah, he ain't gonna get away with that, family. Hold on. I just gotta get this out the camera's light. Hold on. I got the answer. Come on, bro. You can erase it. That's how I know. That's how I know you on that BS. So now when they go, they're gonna see it. Yo, he erased the cure for AIDS, bro. Why would you erase the cure for AIDS? What's this guy's name, man? Yo, we gonna really get your name now. Hold on. Yo, he erased the cure for AIDS from the comment section. Yo, I know you BSing now. Come on. You was just in the chat room defending this BS, and now you're gonna go erase the cure for AIDS is raw milk with fruits and navy bean soup. No meat, water and coffee, a little sugar. Raw sugar is allowed in coffee, only during fast, only 3 days fast, every 2 weeks we'll do it. All organic, no sugar, no desserts, no stevia, that BS. 1 meal a day, the only real legit joint he's really talking about, he's calling that BS. 1 meal a day only, drink enough at dinner to make you happy, only at dinner. No more breakfast or lunch. Listen to Dr. Seuss, man. Like, this guy is, wow. See, now we erasing comments. Yo, Leslie, I keep your comments too. I've been keeping your comments too, Leslie. And your responses to people about the milk and the cow. Don't drink the almond because don't eat nuts. First of all, almond is not a nut. I'm going to tell you, you see, I don't want to be rude. I'm about to tell y'all who the real nuts are. But anyway, I ain't going to do that. Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, this shit is getting crazier by the second, bro.
He erased the cure for AIDS. Did you see that?
Oh, bro, I had to call in on this shit right now.
Yo, I'll give you the link, bro. If you want to come in, I'll give you the link. We could just go in. Yo, and he goes, because I sent him the cure for AIDS. I sent it to him. I'm like, yo, bro, we got not only the cure for AIDS, but a homemade recipe for yogurt. That's exactly the text I gave him. Right or wrong? Hold on, family. This is going to get good. Dude actually erased. He was in the comment section, Inky, too. He was in the comment section, going in, breaking it down. No, I'm going to leave the comment section up, too. Yo, nigga, hold on. They got real milk cake. Like, this is milk cake.
In the comments,
Woo!
that shows that intention of the lie, the intention of the misinformation.
Yo, he erased it. I can't believe the Nation of Islam is going back doing dirty work, erasing comments. You wrote that cure for AIDS for pride. Now none of us will know. You know, it's sick people have AIDS. Out here. Yo, lucky for me, I still got it. I forgot the navy beans. You need the raw milk, the navy beans, and coffee. Those are the main ingredients to cure AIDS. Ain't no raw sugar, and not that BS stevia.
Along with dinner.
Oh, yeah, you gotta eat it for dinner, though, but only dinner. What the heck am I doing with coffee and raw milk and navy beans? Yo, son is crazy. Hold on, I'm sending you this link now. Let me get the people involved with the next set of pseudo. Oh, we roasting you now, Muhammad. Just for erasing those comments. You at least Wesley Muhammad, he's wrong and he's strong. He gonna talk to you down till he lose all the air in his lungs with that pseudo information. He's standing on it. Because when all else fails, he gonna say God himself brought this information. So damn it, if you want to disagree with me, disagree with God. At least he gonna go that route and stand on this pseudo information. You, on the other hand, you the worst. So maybe Wesley is really indoctrinated and really the epitome of what it means to be in a cult. Maybe you done woke up a long time ago, but you just afraid to leave because you've been in it for so long. And now you're going to be doing dirty work, erasing the cure for AIDS. Come on, bro. You don't love your people, you're erasing the cure for AIDS. You just want the cure all for yourself. He probably got a stash of coffee beans. He probably got bins of coffee beans up in there, curing himself every dang day. Don't want no one else to have the cure, huh? Selfish. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, people. Hold on. This is great. I ain't seen nothing like this. This dude, I can't believe he did that. Yo, hold on. Yo, hold on. This is good, though. Y'all need to hear this. But you see that? Just chop Wesley behind down. He chopped him down. See, it's good to pull people out I'm emailing it to myself right now. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm emailing it myself right now. Okay? Hold on, family. Please bear with me. This is going to be good. Because you need to see the recipe for AIDS. I don't even know your email, G. Okay, hold on. I figured out. Yeah, hold on. Okay, let me email. Wait, do me a favor. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Oh, this is crazy. Yeah, I knew he had to call because I sent it to him. I sent them to kill. So I knew Inky would have to call me if he was watching this. Don't do it. Just don't keep it. Yo, look at this. Aha. And I'm over here and I can't find it. Like, yo, this dude left my chat and ran to his YouTube channel and erased his kill. Somebody asked him, yo, how much milk do I need to kill? And he gave an answer. An elaborate and detailed answer. First, he was just raw milk. Hey, people. Hey, we about to do this. No, this is hilarious.
Yeah, I was drinking coffee, y'all. I was choked. I'm gonna fucking die just now. Ain't nobody here to fucking save me. It's alright. I'm gonna die one day. I ain't dying no time soon, though. And I'm gonna die smart as shit because I'm eating some good ass fucking food and drinking some good drinks. Yes, sir. Yeah, so cutting up the pineapple, finished cutting up the pineapples, as you can see. And the whole situation, cut up the pineapples and the melons already, as you can see. The whole situation was that I had to I had to use some alcohol because you know the sugar from the natural sugar from fruit, and that's just real sugar. Shit like make your hands sticky and stuff like that. So, okay. So I use some alcohol, got my hands back right. You know what I'm saying? Put a little more. Get my hands back right. Gotta get your hands back right. I don't want to wash your hands too much, take off all the damn bacteria off your shit, have your shit feel weird and shit. Little time's gonna be back and kill the bacteria on my hand, but don't come back. Won't come back. Oh, I tried these soapy water. I look like so dirty. The next up is the mangoes. I don't really do too much. Yes, I like these shits. I want to eat these shits. Yeah, so yeah, I be eating mangoes, so I might just use one. I'm gonna eat two, like during the week and shit, or tomorrow or some shit. But I got the Pacific ones that I want that ready to be eaten or whatever. So we're gonna put this in the smoothie. That's how we're gonna do it. You see, this is a little tougher. That's why I choose this one. So I chop it and holds better. It won't be liquidy. So I pick this one. Put this back in the bag. This goes in the house. Check out this sea moss. See what it's looking like. This. See what this sea moss is looking like. See guys, still soaking. Still soaking. Shit is good. What we're gonna do? Spring water with that, and then we got the pineapples with the melon, the mango, the raspberry, and strawberries. The whole thing is, just figuring out the different blends. You know what I'm saying? So which flavor you want. So all the hard part is over. We getting to the good shit now. The hard part is over, people. City outside. Got my mangoes. See you later.
Okay. I'm waiting for the yeah, I sent you it, brother Anki. I sent you the link. When you come in, you might have to just put it on mute because I'm about to go to the next video. And I'm waiting for this image to pull up. And if you got the image as well, please see if you can share it on your screen when I call you out. In case my eyes didn't clear yet through the internet. But let's get back to what I was doing. Let's get back. I'm sorry, this had me tripping. This had me tripping, family. This had me tripping. I can't believe I'm over here looking. I'm glad I screenshot and saved it. Then I have to tell you guys this. He thought I ain't screenshot. Yo, watch this though. Let's see what he's hiding from now. Watch this pseudo information right here. Boom. Here we go. Watch this. Watch this right here. Sadie crushed it. We're gonna close out with that. Watch this. What is in milk that is so good? It's not just calories, but there's antibodies, there are cytokines, there are all kinds of molecules that are in the milk that have healing properties. And now clinical trials have been done that have shown that you can actually cure AIDS with raw milk. They all pause. When I read that, it blew my mind. And then I looked further. Why would milk be able to cure AIDS? Well, we came back from Kenya in 1991 with something called alpha interferon that cures AIDS. So when you look in the milk, guess what's in the milk? Alpha interferon. Not only alpha interferon, but beta interferon and gamma interferon, all the interferon baby. Now they said that if you really want to increase the potency of the milk, it increases healing power, you let it sit at room temperature for 4 days after it's taken from the cow. You said, oh, that's spoiled. It's sour. Real milk, raw milk cannot spoil. It becomes fermented. They call it buttermilk. They call it yogurt. It's not spoiled. You're confusing it with pasteurized milk. You let pasteurized milk sit for 4 days and it's spoiled, and if you drink it, it'll make you sick. But you drink that fermented milk, that soured milk, and the level of interferon and other health-promoting properties goes way up. I'm just trying to tell you something. Piece of the guitar. Hold on. Yo, we almost ready for the real section. And so please, because you know when this gets kind of crazy, we can get this little home time. Whatever piece of thought we have, just so we don't be building online. But listen. And shout out to the God FedEx. Because I see him in the chat. And I don't ever talk to him directly. I don't know if you guys got any beef or any trouble, but I actually love the post he does. Every now and then I comment. And that's never going to change.
No, honestly, I really like FedEx movement. You know what I'm saying? Because he's got the young folks, and he always presents a strong black image. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. As a young man. And so we're not here to tear down that young man. So let me say that. But I mean, I understand if you want to smoke it, you got to do what you got to do. Because I'm doing what I got to do because it's my teacher. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm not an advocate of dissension. I'm just following after the teachings and the doctrine of Dr. Sabi. I never said he's infallible. That's another thing. I'm not going to say Sabi never made an error. I'm saying the man in which Nation of Islam leadership is speaking about the big homie. That's a problem. I loathe it. And you got to respect it coming from a person that immediately knew Dr. Sabi and one that Dr. Sabi confirmed. As well as I confirmed. He showed me. He said that I said it. It's a fact. It's the man that's blocked in my house. Amongst my family. Like, no, we're not doing that. So I understand. You know, I ain't here to tear down, especially a young brother like that, because he's young. And I know he got what it takes to kind of make this thing work out for the next generation of brothers and sisters that want to follow. Sister Dr. Sabi said, well, what we're going to do, we're going to play this thing back again. I want to see the comments in the chat, because I want to make sure the chat remains on this video. And I want to see what you guys are thinking of when he says, you know, hold on. I mean, I really want to do a play-by-play and break this thing down. So I might have to do that. I might have to get the video separately where I can play it and break it down every second. But what I'll do for now, I just want to see what you guys are thinking. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to read in the chat. Brother Blaine will be reading what you got in the chat for the 1.7 thousand people that's in the chat. I will be reading what goes through your mind as your man is like, yo, raw milk don't spoil. They all do that pause before they lie to you. Raw milk don't spoil. That's fermented milk. He's like, there you go. Got that out. That's fermented milk. That's yogurt. Yo, if people are out there thinking raw milk doesn't spoil, how many bodies did y'all catch? You got the cure for that. Because I don't even know what disease is that when you're drinking something that doesn't spoil, that actually spoils. No, it's not spoiled, it's sour. Yo, bro, I've heard of my milk being sour when I was younger. That meant the same thing as spoiled. That's how I ain't never heard.
Hey, what's your virus? What happened to you? Got married, that's what. Make the Southside dangerous for him.
What do you guys think? Creepier beer request.
Invisible, pure. It journeys through vast distances, past forests and plains, across the country, and when it finally reaches its destination, I don't think as a society we fully understood the impact.
Where the problem comes in with Sabi, because this is about who's got the cure for AIDS. This is about coming back from Kenya with the cure for AIDS. This is miraculous. We got raw milk. So now we see Wesley Muhammad's mentor. This is the head director. This is the director of health of the Nation of Islam.
Whoa.
Oh my
Where the information comes from Wesley?
Yes. This is the teacher. This is the grand architect of
End of the day,
all.
at the end of the day, we'd be remiss if we didn't give all credit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who came in the persona to Master Fard Muhammad, who vicariously communicated to the Christ, most honorable Elijah Muhammad, whose teaching still exists to this present day by the most honorable brother, Minister Louis Farrakhan. So let's put it in proper context, because Wesley Muhammad should not be accredited for all this information, because he is only reconveying that which has been conveyed by the Christ himself, most honorable Elijah Muhammad, who was communicating to us vicariously through the means of Allah, who came in personage. In the hells of America, KKK, none other than Master Fard. By the time they go for that, you be like, yo, just sign me up for the spoiled milk.
Let me show you a very interesting piece of information. I just want to share this with the people, because after this, I want you to wind that video back so they can have this in proper perspective, so we can see what's really going on.
Hey, before you do that, just keep in mind, I'm gonna move this thing along, but we need to see what was interferon with his.
No, I got you. Wait, I got you. This is about the interferon.
Because it's a protein. First of all, the body uses it naturally when you have an infection. But anyway, we can go forward. I understand. We got that's I get it. Go ahead and do what you gotta do.
This is a newspaper.
What you got?
This is a newspaper article in the New York Times. Now, I think this is critical to the understanding of what's really going on here. AIDS work at a Nation of Islam clinic is questioned.
Uh-oh.
Its $213,000 contract may not be the biggest awarded to a business affiliated with the Nation of Islam. But the money paid to the abundant here to treat AIDS patients may have drawn the most attention. The clinic, one of 10 around the country, run by the Abundant Life Foundation, has a $213,000 federal contract and treats symptoms associated with AIDS with low-dose interferon, a treatment government scientists have questioned. While the clinic's director, Dr. Abdul Ali Muhammad, has asserted, now that's the guy in the video, if you're watching, just in case y'all didn't know, has asserted only that the treatment developed by doctors in Kenya in 1990 resulted in weight gain, appetite, and energy levels increased. The final call, the Nation of Islam's newspaper, has trumpeted low-dose alpha interferon as a cure for AIDS. In a study of patients at the Abundant Life clinics in Washington and New York, Dr. Muhammad and another doctor, Barbara Justice.
Yeah, people. Hopefully, I'm trying to open the store up. Have all this shit in there for sale. All this shit. Exclusives. Yeah, so just be ready. Coming in for whatever you want. Daytime action, same thing at night.
And other improvements. Dr. Muhammad declined requests for the interviews. The National Institute of Health, in a statement issued in September and reiterated this month, declared the clinical trials of low-dose alpha interferon showing no benefit in fighting HIV, the virus that causes AIDS, or in improving the immune systems of those infected. A 60-week study conducted in 1992 and 1993 in Uganda, sponsored by the World Health Organization and conducted by the doctors at Macquarie University in Kampala, also found no appreciable difference in the symptoms of AIDS patients who were given low-dose alpha interferon and those given a placebo. This study was done in Africa by African investigators, said Joette Lane, chief of clinical research for the World Health Organization's global program on AIDS. That takes away the argument that the criticism of low-dose alpha interferon is all white racism. This study was done on Black people by Black people.
Okay. Wasn't supposed to go there. Down the rabbit hole, yeah. So much more, Adrian. Please tell us, just in case somebody got lost in the source, because it's clear that there's somebody who has a growing membership or a large following of people that's obviously not reading, because they stand up and applaud. Liquid sunlight. Bro, reading the milk. I'm like, oh, eating the milk? What? That's a cuss word. That's right, black man, teach black man. So, what did we just hear in the synopsis so I can get straight to the guy who we're talking about right now?
Well, what we heard,
Okay, that's the clue.
the federal government, right, who these people identify as the devil, gave them close to $250,000 to find a cure or effective therapy for AIDS. And they, in turn, took that $200,000+ and turned around and gave the government back a few glasses of milk. Then, when the government got angry about it and tried to question them, Brother Muhammad, the one who deleted the comment, decided to decline any interview. So then, they obviously made some contention about where's that 200 bands we gave you, brother? We looking for some words.
Come on, yo, no ghetto stuff, man. You doing that, man? It's on the level.
Hey, at that point, all bets is up to them. They're like, yo, we gave you 200 bands, man. You gave us back some milk.
So we can, go back on YouTube and delete the comment joint with the government? That's what you said?
Hey, look, they wasn't the devil when they gave them the 200,000. But at this point, when the devil was looking for results from the program, now they became the devil again. so the guy said, listen, this is what we'll allow you to do. Go find the blackest motherfuckers, excuse my language, go find the black people on earth. Go find the blackest people on earth and have them conduct a test on other black people in the motherland. So that way you can see that this is a devil-free environment and you can render us devil-free results. Because we're looking for some devil-free cure that you promised us from this glass of milk.
Yo, you gotta stop, man. I keep asking that. Yo, you gotta stop, man. You gotta stop.
Hey,
Yo, listen.
These are the folks that
Listen, there's gonna be a lot of smart folks. Yo, you gotta stop, man. This thing got me really now. I'm sweaty and I'm crying. Listen, bro, stop. Stop. I didn't bring you over for this. I don't front, but stop. So, what I'm saying is, just so you know the rules of engagement, in case you missed it, we don't want no cuss words and we don't want to accuse nobody of being no agents and we don't want to name call because we don't want no one distracted from facts such as that one. All we want when people now we're gonna have to laugh because a lot of this stuff is hilarious. We can't stop that. But what I don't want is no one distracted from the facts. And that fact right there is so hilarious. If you would have said one more mother effer, they would have hung on that so we could avoid those facts. Bro, we gonna go watch this right here because now you need to see who Mr. Muhammad is that we're talking about. What's his name, my brother? I want to respect him and give him call him by his right name. They say Abdul Ali Muhammad. All right, let's get this guy right now. The guy who's deleting comments. So I didn't see that one, but he mentioned that article. And he ain't patted that copy, so that's why he's like, yo, I'm taking this off because next thing you know, the government is out here mixing coffee and stuff. So we're gonna play this video one more time. I want to read the comments. Tell me what you think as you hear weird stuff. Watch this.
What is in milk that is so good? It's not just calories.
Hold on. It's not just calories. Y'all should already be having comments for that. But hold on.
But there's antibodies, there are cytokines, there are all kinds of molecules that are in the.
There are all kinds of molecules that are in the milk. This is a man that you can clearly tell he's about to tell us a bunch of nothing. All kinds of molecules. Molecules? There are all kinds of molecules? That's what we do. Now, I'm not going to be all petty, but I'm serious. If somebody opens up the door for an AIDS conversation and says that there's all kinds of molecules in the liquid that you need to drink, this is liquid sunlight, because what we got to do, we got to combine the teachings. Because Wesley Muhammad didn't properly source all his material. You know, some of this is coming from this guy. So now, because we don't want Wesley plagiarizing this guy's works, we can't give Wesley all the credit. You know, this is the guy. Between him and Wesley, they found out completely what Allah was describing to us about God's food. Okay, so listen carefully.
Milk that have healing properties. And now clinical trials have been done that have shown that you can actually cure AIDS with raw milk.
Uh-oh.
When I read that, it blew my.
And I want, like, who are the clinical trials he's referring to? Not his clinic, right?
Yeah. And I looked.
That's what I'm saying. That was
The article said clearly
that was the
they came back from Kenya with the solution, and then he's going to verify the whole program right here in this video. This is the program video right here.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is he's referencing his own pseudoscience. And it's, yo, we found there are even documents and clinics, bro, these are all your things. You're not referencing.
And you know the crazy thing
And
is,
that's okay.
they're leaving out that this is all financed by $200,000+ from the quote-unquote devil. Man, the devil is friendly.
God is good, but the devil seems to be a whole lot better. Let's go.
Well, we came back from Kenya in 1991 with something called alpha interferon that cures AIDS. So when you look in the milk, guess what's in the milk? Alpha interferon. Not only alpha interferon, but beta interferon and gamma interferon, other interferon baby. Now they said that if you really want to increase the potency of the milk, it increases healing power.
Okay, you want to really increase the potency of the milk, its healing power. Hey, family, make sure I see what you're writing in the comments about what you think. I see somebody said they can't stop laughing. No. Let's not be disrespectful. This is the black man's original spirituality. This is a big part of the Nation of Islam. This is a big part that sets the distinction amongst them and all the Muslims. This milk doctrine. This is very big. It's just you don't get this when you first walk in the door. You don't get this when you first take Shahada. You got to get real deep in there. Okay? This is like Masonic secret, baby.
Room temperature for 4 days.
Wow.
After it's taken from the cow.
Hold up. So after you take this milk from the cow, let it sit in room temperature for like 4 days. I hope you guys are taking notes. Because if it's curing AIDS, it's probably cure cold. Because you got to get a cold in order to get the AIDS going. I hope you understand what's going on here. He can explain it better than I.
Oh, that's oil.
You see that long pause they do before they start with the BS?
Sour. Real milk, raw milk cannot spoil.
Does anybody, you don't have to go Google for this. Does anybody want to get some raw and just see if it spoils? Yo, real milk, raw milk doesn't spoil? Where they getting this information from? Oh, no. They don't spoil and get sour.
It becomes
Look, he just dropped the Molly in the milk. Look at that. soured milk. That's not really spoiled, but it's fermented. It's basically what's that, buttermilk? It's basically yogurt. Actually guzzling this homemade yogurt. How many of y'all? I want to see how many of y'all are really listening to Allah's message. Do you believe in Allah so much that you're willing to let your milk stay out there for 4 days with the room temperature? I want to see.
Trying to tell you something.
Okay, guys.
No, for some reason, that music just makes it even funnier.
Yo, I know. Hey, let's hear Dr. Sabi real quick.
When we believe that the milk of a cow, an animal, is sufficient to afford nutrition to a human body, then one has to question that, because I am not an animal. That's common sense, I think. Animals produces milk for animal babies. Human beings, women, females, produces milk for human babies. But something happened to us that we elect to do just the opposite. Instead of us giving our babies the milk of a female human, we elect and choose to give our children the milk of an animal. I think that if we are to be scientific, intelligent, and not from the struck matter, to use our common sense, there's something wrong with that. And then, to come out of the problem, is that the animal that we selected to afford us this milk is an animal that was made through the process of hybridization. An animal that is godless. God did not make a cow.
Yes.
You see why we're titling the subject as the reconnection? How many of you sitting in the audience
Now, when I'm ready for you, if you want to come out and challenge it, this ain't no spooky stuff because Dr. Sabi said that I got to accept it. We ain't playing that a lot. That's to the lost and now found crap. We're not doing that. Pardon me for calling it crap. I don't want you homing in on that. You know, Wesley Slick, he turned around and someone called Farrakhan and yeah. And he did a whole thing to distract us from the point. So, no, we ain't gonna do that. So, it's about to get is let's take the gloves off, people. Because most honorable Elijah Muhammad Christ, right? No one's safe. How about that? Now, maybe you can get out of here if it gets too hot. No one's safe at this point.
Well, let me give a close out on that last piece. Before we close out, listen.
Oh, no, man. Oh, let's get in.
But no, I know it's over. This is the popcorn part, but I'm saying before we leave there, people have to now ask themselves questions.
Hold on, let me get the view on you. We're about to go on to most honorable Elijah Muhammad's perception of black.
Okay, so
Because we can critique Dr. Sabi, and he's not here. So I can definitely critique most honorable Elijah Muhammad because after all, anything that he pretty much said came from God Almighty, so it kind of identifies him anyway.
well,
Which makes me happy. I want to like Elijah.
here's the mindset that people have to now ask themselves, right? Because we see that ran test, we see that it didn't work, it didn't trade, but hey, maybe the white devils found a way.
Okay, peoples. Chopped everything up. Mangoes, pineapples, and melon. Got everything ready for the smoothie. Got the blender. It's about to be lit. It's about to be lit. So I'm gonna go rinse off the sea moss. Get that shit popping. Yep. Get that shit popping. Yeah, I think I'm gonna blend the sea moss first. Get some spring water. And from there, that's how I make the sea moss smoothies. Right? So that's how I'm gonna do it. It's getting crazy out there. I gotta go rinse off the sea moss. I ain't trying to do that shit, man. I gotta rinse off the sea moss. Got it. Sweet. Got it. You ready? Yeah, people, this is ready right now. Once it calms down a little bit, I'm gonna go run and go do that. I'm gonna go run and go do that shit right now. Let me finish watching.
They rigged the test and ripped themselves off of their own $200,000+ that they invested to find the cure that they said was it. Right? So now the people have to say, if there are people still in the Nation of Islam that have AIDS and cancer, maybe they're being denied the cure for a particular reason. And if there are people that are still there that have AIDS,
Some Oreo, my Oreo sleeping like that. And you go to Oreo, you go to sleep.
Oh, that's it. In fact, that's a whole fact. Here's what's bothering me. If you look at say my brother want to tuck tail because about to get hot. You be saying a whole bunch of crazy stuff about folks. I know you ain't leaving during this out. We have like 30 damn videos.
Yo, but people, this is how you know it's ready, though. This is how you know it's ready. This is how you know it's ready. It gets like translucent. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna make you get a better look at it. Yeah, but it gets translucent. That's how you know sea moss is ready. Show you. Yeah, for like 4 hours soaking. This is how you know it's ready, people. How you know it's ready. It gets real soft and translucent. Yeah, you could just basically almost basically you could almost just barely touch it and pull it apart. So the best, this is the time where you strain this and you rinse this out and you good to go. That's it. It's all done. Once I rinse this out and drain out this water, yeah, it's ready to go. It's ready to go to put in the blender. So make sure it look translucent, make sure it look like this, and you're good to go.
because we're about to move on. Before we do that, family needs to see us. So, hold on, family. Stay with us. I promise you, we're not getting weak, we're getting strong. Exhibit A. On exhibit, you don't even have to admit the alphabet right now. Hey, take a look at what he erased. So someone asked the same mad scientist. What's the brother's name again? I don't want to refer to him as mad scientist. I take it back. What's the name? Okay. I mean, so many Muhammad flags. Muhammad, I want to make sure we catch the right Muhammad. Brother, I'm sure it's probably several brother Abdul. What? You know, it's hard for me to get names when it's a bunch of BFs social media information. I mean, I'm too Robin. Okay, brother Abdul Ali Muhammad. He had formerly a few minutes ago on his channel how much Romeo would one person to be killed. Okay, this is what someone wrote on his channel, which is MIA. This is a how much Romeo would one have to consume to be killed. Now, bless his soul, because he actually put forth the cure on the internet. And so, Brother Muhammad says that we need raw milk with fruits and navy bean soup. And again, with this dang navy bean. That words now.
There's two things that I expect every single one of us in here to lead and do. You do continuously from the beginning. As navy beans and drink milk. Drink milk. I know, you father not to say it.
All right. So let's go back to this. So yeah. So Mr. Muhammad, Salim Muhammad, is this Salim? Oh, Mr. Abdul Muhammad. Let's just call him that. Abdul Ali Muhammad. Someone asked him in regards to him curing AIDS with raw milk. And he just simply asked you one question, bro. How much raw milk? I can imagine that this person became even more bewildered than they was in the beginning. Bad enough, he told the person, get the raw milk from the cow and immediately leave it room temperature for at least 4 days. And when it begins to curl, as some of us would say, but when it begins to spoil, as many of us would think, no, it didn't spoil, it is actually soured. And by soured, we mean buttermilk. And by buttermilk, we mean fermented. And by fermented, we mean yogurt. Yogurt. And so the cure for AIDS is relying upon homemade yogurt. That is to say, raw milk suspended at room temperature immediately from the cow for at least 4 days. So now all this person wanted to know, Mr. Muhammad, was how much raw milk does it take? That's all they wanted to know. And now you have to complicate things. Just when you think you have the cure for AIDS, not only did he not tell the person how much raw milk they need, he tells them they need raw milk with fruits and navy bean soup. No meat, just water and coffee. In parentheses, a little sugar. Raw sugar is allowed in coffee. Only during fast though. Only 3-day fast. Every 2 weeks you do it. All day. No sugar, no desserts. No stevia. That's BS. 1 meal a day only. Drink enough at dinner to make you happy. Only at dinner. No more breakfast or lunch. There you have it, family. Homemade cure for AIDS. All you need is raw milk, primarily with fruits, navy bean soup, and a secret coffee. Who would have thought we needed coffee and sour raw milk, coupled with navy bean soup and some fruits, whatever these fruits are? Because he doesn't specify what the fruits are. Okay, he doesn't specify how much raw milk you need. Okay, and he doesn't specify just what it needs to be alkaline. He doesn't even specify what kind of coffee. Are we using a coffee that's bird excrement? Because you know they use bird feces to make coffee too. You know, a lot of coffee is basically bird feces, but that's another conversation to be had. So we add some bird feces to some soured milk. This is like Harry Potter. An episode of Harry Potter becomes a member of the Nation of Islam. So, hey, I just want to see what you guys believe.
This is beyond me.
Hey,
This is beyond me.
hey, it's funny that you said I'm in tears. And I would like everyone to know, if you go to this guy's page, this comment is no longer active today. I just happened to screenshot everything that's going on these internet streets because I know people do stuff like this. So, Mr. Muhammad, you can't run from your past. I may make this my new screensaver for Instagram and for my Facebook for the next 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Anytime someone from the Nation of Islam want to talk to me, I say, you better respond to this cure for AIDS that you're hiding from the people, because now we on to you. Now we know you hiding the fact we need coffee and spoiled milk to cure our AIDS. Look at this. You guys want to keep it only to your members. You're hoarding the cure. Oh my goodness. So now, we're going to go to this right here.
You bother not to say.
Oh no, we didn't do that. Hold on.
You can listen to Dr. Sadie all you want.
I mean, you can't just say your name out of his mouth. But let's go down the line. Elijah Muhammad in the Fall of America, chapter 14, verse 10. Although I, Elijah Muhammad, live in a neighborhood with white neighbors, I do so for the purpose of proving that I can live in their neighborhood just as cleanly and noiselessly as they do. White people do not like you to come into their neighborhood, jumping on them and licking them in the mouth like a puppy. Sounds very weird. He's addressing this to the black man, because in fact he wrote a book called Message to the Black Man. So I would believe that this is the message to the black man. It sounds a little weird, like he almost made a distinction amongst him and the rest of the black folks here, but hey, I may be taking this out of context, people, so get the book yourself. In verse 12, he says, you can go to the jungle and the pygmy will not want this. Meaning the pygmy people will not want the clean noiselessness of the community that exists in the white neighborhood. He's saying you can go to the jungle and the pygmy will not want this. Late at night, he and a gang of monkeys will come out and beat you up. It's very, I'm not sure if Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is referring to some of the African inhabitants as a gang of monkeys. So I would just ask kindly that someone rectify the matter in case I'm making an error. Okay? This is the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I believe this is also the message to the black man, even though this particular publication is called The Fall of America. But hey, that can just be an incident. Let's see if we can find this a coincidence. Minister Louis Farrakhan speaks of this person Shabazz. He speaks of when the black man at a time was dark skinned with straight hair and pointy nose and thin lips. And then we transgressed, and then we violated the Lord, and then we went against God, and now we are disfigured, and we are marked by our big nose, and by our big lips, and by our big hair, and we're the only people on planet Earth whose eyebrows don't match out here. He dropped deep science in this video to show us what's wrong with our big nose, and our big lips, and our kinky hair. And what I want to show you is, you'll see Dr. John Henry Clark in this video tearing Farrakhan up for for saying such a thing. Because just if you think this is only Brother Polite coming to the conclusion that Farrakhan thinks something's wrong with big nose and big lips and nappy hair, to the extent that he's saying that God himself reprimanded us and have us marked world over, where everyone could bear witness to our disobedience of God. Just in case you think Brother Polite took it out of coffee shop veil. And in addition to that, you will also see this. Let me talk to you, brothers and sisters. Let me talk to you, brothers and sisters. We gotta have a talk. We gotta have a heart to heart. Because verily, somebody's gonna send me, when I catch your ass in the street, I'm gonna whip you out, nigga. I'm sure somebody's gonna do this at some point or the other. Okay? Somebody's gonna do this at some point or the other. Hold on. Let's just make sure I share the screen. Put in Elijah Muhammad, just so you can see that right there. Chapter 14, verse 10. Let's make sure you can see this. Let's make sure. Okay? Yeah, you can keep screaming about who goes in on Dr. Savior. You can keep doing that. Hey, my good brother. I felt the way because Muhammad's my brother. So when my brother does it, I'm available. And not only is my brother, he's a high-ranking brother. So I'm thinking, come on, guys, y'all. You know, and the timing of him doing this Dr. Savior thing, I don't think it was right. And it wasn't necessary for them to resurface that video, the position that he's in. I just felt a way about it. And I felt like he was joining in the coup that many others had initiated. So, you know, that's my man. I like Wesley Muhammad under normal circumstances. So I felt the way. So this is my right in a scholarly effort to vent my frustrations without speaking ill or wishing him harm. What else do you want from a black man? Just relax. So, we have here is the quote that I was reading from Elijah. Okay. Let's see. You know, and I ain't mad at him for moving into the white community. I ain't feeling his excuse. But, you know, he went over there and showed him he could be clean too. And noisy listeners. He wanted to demonstrate his noisy listeners. I don't know about all that. You know, it is what it is. Someone asked, what does the Navy got to do with some damn beans? You know, why did I read the comment? Oh, man. So let's go into Mr. Louis Farrakhan. I don't know if he ever retracted these statements, but it certainly appears that when you look at the members of the Nation of Islam, it certainly appears that he's looking to be in the image and likeness of his gods. And then I have to question the psychology of the rest of the brothers and sisters that are in the Nation of Islam. But let's hear Farrakhan himself.
Was not permitted to stay in that area, so he took his family into the jungle of East Asia, which we now call Africa, to make a people close to nature. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this is the origin of Kiki hair, because we didn't have Kiki hair prior to that. So Shabazz was not permitted to stay in that area, so he took his family into the jungle of East Asia, which we now call Africa.
Hold on, so somehow the damn jungle got involved. With us ended up with some kinky hair. And I've heard on many countless occasions, people telling me that from the Nation of Islam, our hair got caught up in the branches and eventually it started to change. That. Let's just take it straight from Farrakhan. I don't want to speculate about all the weird stuff out here, but weird is nothing strange coming from the Nation of Islam these days, I must admit. Let's keep going forward.
People close to nature.
Uh-oh.
And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this is the origin of Kiki hair.
So to make the people close to nature, you're thrown in the jungle, you catfish your bags into the jungle to make, okay, maybe it's pretty cool. Maybe that works. But let's see.
Because we didn't have Kiki hair prior to that. The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrows.
You notice how he had to turn around like that? Because he knows his man ain't buying this. He felt the vibe. Look at the homie back there with his kinky hair. The homie back there looking at him at
at the side of his eyes, if you look at it, look at the homie over here with his kinky hair, like, yo, bro, like, I'm supposed to be doing security, King, like, you shitting on me right now. Pardon my language. But yo, if you really look at him, he had to look back, like, oh, damn, I got one of these kinky hair Negroes right behind me. You know how they get. They might want to jump in monkeys to start licking on you. I mean, I'm just referencing things that I read from the previous and most unauthorized line of passage.
This is the origin of kinky hair. Because we didn't have kinky hair prior to that. The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrows. The hair on your eyebrows straight. The hair on your head is not the same as the hair on your eyebrow. But the hair of every other people is the same as their eyebrow. Your eyebrows straight, your hair sunburned. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrow? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair?
Speak, Brother Malcolm, speak. Let's go back down here. Look at the discomfort in the homie back there. And Farrakhan be knowing, all the members of the Nation of Islam, the leadership be knowing. Pause real quick before I start giving you this liquid sunlight information. Pause real quick before I tell you that spoiled milk ain't spoiled milk, it's just sour. I thought it meant the same thing. Nah, bro, it's just a sour patch. Sour patch. No, it's just different. How about interferons and all the interferons? No, with the outburst. I know that. I thought you was out of here. All right, come on, let's get hot. Yo, did you see how the homie's face looked, bro, when Farrakhan was on his thing? We gotta replay that later. Farrakhan stopped and watched his back like, damn. He felt the vibe. Like, yo, I might need security for security.
For me to stay in that area, so he took his family into the jungle of East Asia, which we now call Africa, to make the people close to him. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, this is the origin of kinky hair. Because we didn't have kinky hair prior to that.
Watch this.
The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrows. The hair on your eyebrows straight. The hair on your head is not the same as the hair on your eyebrow. But the hair of every other. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrow?
Probably didn't nobody stop this man at this point. So they just gonna sit there. That's the problem with this community. They just sit there and let people tell them about liquid sunlight. They just sit there and let people tell them cow's milk is food for the gods. They just sit there and let people tell them that the food for the gods has to be out for 4 days so it can become soured. So liquid sunlight can become soured. And now we have to go back in time and see that don't we want the hair on our heads to match the hair that is our eyebrows? Is this self-hate, people? Just press 9 in the chat if you think it's self-hate, but it gets worse.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair?
Farrakhan?
That's why you're so busy frying. That's why you're so busy pulling. Because your nature tells you that the king.
Thank you for the 9s.
Back in our tribe, we got to learn to be proud of kids. Because most of your family
the shape of your nose and the shape of your mouth.
The thickness makes dark skin people jet black, but they have straight hair, a thinner lip, a thinner.
I just wanted to show you the nines because I asked people if they think this is self-hate. I said, press 9 if you think this is self-hate. But we see all these 9s in the chat. I don't understand why someone put 5, but okay. I mean, we're always going to have that in the black community. Oh, mental health issues is real. Well, 9s. Look at all the 9s in the chat. Just so you know, it ain't just me. I just wanted to make sure. And hey, I'm going to ask you guys, if you think Dr. Wesley Muhammad was disrespectful, you think Wesley Muhammad was disrespectful when he spoke about Dr. Sabi and immediately after started breaking down the devil's agenda, which clearly would represent the contention that he has when it comes to milk with Dr. Sabi? If you think he was disrespectful to Dr. Sabi, just please press 9. If you think he was disrespectful to advocates of Dr. Sabi, please press 9. So that way, you know, we're not confused. I'm not confused. And you find it to be a bit offensive, especially in this hour, where his name has come up again and resurfaced. Not because his discontentment with the Nation of Islam, but rather the most popular thing that has resurfaced has been the fact that this man is a healer. I just want to see that has resurfaced has been the fact. Thank you, family. I just wanted to see if there's 9s here. So we see 9s in the chat. We see 9s in the chat. Yeah, I'm the agent. So who's the guy that's telling you you can leave milk out for several days, room temperature, and if you think it's getting spoiled, no, it's sour? Where is he if I'm the agent? And on top of it, it's liquid sunlight. Yeah, you're emotional. Thank you, family. I appreciate it. So we see the 9s prevail again. Thank you. It was unnecessary. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, family. Because, you know, people want to make it out like it's just me tripping. I know many of us found it offensive. Many of us. But let's get back into what's wrong with our kinky hair and our big nose and our big lips. Let's get back to that, family. Thank you for participating. Let's get back. Let's get back to what we're doing.
But we are marked as a different kind of black person. And we were rejected and despised, not only from the circle of the God, but we were despised and rejected by all the other dark people of the earth. This is why today black people with kinky hair and broad nose and thickness are rejected in every society.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lip?
I want you to hear me well tonight. Listen. Why are we rejected? Because the essence of beauty is in obedience and submission to God. And the essence of ugliness is when you rebel against God. And when you rebel against God, in your rebellion, you are marked as a certain mark of your rebellion, which is the disfigurement. Would you collaborate anything that Elijah Muhammad had ever written that's pro-African?
Uh-oh.
I defy you to find one word in his direct writing that's pro-African.
Whoa. Malcolm X said you can't find one thing in most Honorable Elijah Muhammad's writing that is pro-African. That's pretty deep. And we can go into what Malcolm X meant specifically about pro-African, because I'm ready for that. Because Malcolm cleared it up himself. So trust me when I tell you, all of this is big. Whoever wants the smoke scholarship-wise, I'm with it. I'm not looking to cause dissension with my brothers and sisters, but since we're going to be honest about people's leadership and information, let's be all the way honest and let's have a fair exchange. Not say after you take your shots at a person's leader, now everyone must be quiet because you guys want to organize. how you demonstrate it. It's just let me be enough. I'm responsible enough to be like, hey, I can fit my frustrations in a scholarly manner. Let's do it.
But you can never read anything that Elijah Muhammad has ever written that's pro-African. I defy you to find one word in his direct writing that's pro-African. You can find it. So what does he know the start of history? You don't want to, you don't know it.
Oh, Dr. John Henrik Clark. What he got to say?
In a speech made right here in New York, all the stories of the curse and said, I got it on tape, I got it, the video, I got it on audio. And people with dark skin and wouldn't have the same kind of know was Christ. And the texture you have, and the texture of your eyebrows would be the same. He said with his eye yourself that he is pretty blessed by God. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that. Nothing.
Look at Dr. Khalid. Look at Malcolm X. Those brothers' noses were entirely too big. Malcolm's hair was too narrow, and Khalid's lips was way too big. Look what happened. But these guys, on the other hand, these guys reflect beauty according to Minister Louis Farrakhan. And according to Minister Louis Farrakhan himself, his own nose, and by his own admission, his lips were makeup disfigured, and possibly his original hair as well. As his hair says, you can run, but you can't hide. You still gonna see some kink in there, my brother. He said disfigured. He went as far as saying that the beauty manifests itself, what comes to the surface, and we are marked people. And he went as far as saying that we are disfigured. That is some self-hate. And these statements have never been retracted. And if you ask the Nation of Islam member about this, they want to tell you about all the good things that they have done. And why we got to talk about this, because we got our babies here, and we need to figure out what is the image and likeness of the black man. We see the image and likeness of who you call Allah. So I understand Farrakhan's visible or perceptive disposition. I can understand it. I see Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I see Master Fard Muhammad, and I understand it. And I see the former members of the Nation of Islam, like Dr. Sabi, like Malcolm X, like Khalid Muhammad. And I see they don't have the complexion for the protection. I see they don't have the nose for the right rose. I see if they got a certain type of hair, they don't care. I see if you got big lips, you need to quit. That's what we found out from the Nation of Islam. That's what we found out. So you see, you can critique Dr. Sabi, but we ain't got nothing in the Sabi doctrine of wellness, where we got to look at our big nose and our lips and our kinky hair and find out some damn jungle story about how we were reprimanded by God. To the contrary. To the contrary. But it makes sense if your God has the thin lips. Your God described himself. It makes perfect sense. Then we know Master Fard Muhammad is beautiful.
Well, you know, that presents conflict of interest for Wesley Muhammad. Because Wesley Muhammad taught in his lecture, Who is God?
Okay.
That the black man with eumelanin, 67% carbon, was God, and that the white man with pheomelanin was full of sulfur and the mark of the devil. So that would be a conflict of interest based on Wesley Muhammad's scientific breakdown of who is God and who is the devil, because it's clear that we do not have the eumelanin.
Hey, stop. Did you just say the word conflict, science, Nation of Islam, and speak like you're surprised about something? Did you just say conflict and science, conflict and interest, judging by his science? Conflict and science go hand in hand when you're talking about their teachings. You're not saying nothing new after this whole trial. Come with some new content, bro. Conflict and science run concurrent when we're talking about the Nation of Islam. Did you see the title? The title is The Pseudoscience, the Self-Hate, and the Disrespect of Dr. Satan.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to muster up some value for the 17 or 18 different degrees that Wesley Muhammad has in various religious studies.
Hey, do you want to put as a scientist yourself, Brother Inky, do you want to put the raw milk to task and see if you live to survive through the whole experiment? But don't forget, we do got hidden details now. The Masonic details of the coffee. Are you going to add the coffee to the soured raw milk that never spoils whatsoever?
Well, you know, if you're going to...
Are you willing to drink the milk, brother?
Listen, if I'm willing to drink the milk, but you can't forget my fruit and my root of sugar.
I'm not thinking of this. Yo, dude actually went on the computer and erased it. Do you understand, people, that means he knows he's full of it? He knew that I was going to go over there, and he just knew I wasn't going to find it, and then I would have had to tell people, hey, I swear it was right there. He knew that. But what he didn't know is it's more incriminating to get caught attempting to hide the evidence. Now, we can't even give you the benefit of the doubt that you even believe what you're saying.
Hey, they got 200 bands for that clinic.
Get over you can't get over that.
Yo, how somebody give you 200 bands to figure out a cure and you gave them back a glass of milk and told them it came from Kenya?
Yo, I can't do this with you, man. It's not going to, the show is just going to go a whole different direction with you on here.
Bro, that's crazy. 213,000 for a therapy for AIDS, and you said, you know what? You didn't even have the respect to give them like a fresh cup milk. You gave them milk that you had left out on the counter.
Yo, you know, I mean, if we going back to the liquid sunlight, right? Why is Farrakhan bragging about having thinner strands of hair? Don't we know that the kinky hairites, us folks with the kinky hair, don't we know we have 40 to 60,000 times more hair strands than the other races, which denotes our electromagneticity amongst many other things? How active our brain is, at least in potential, which here are our antennas.
Wait, and not only that, with Wesley Muhammad's commentary, it's actually the melanin in the hair, which actually strengthens the cortex, because many different groups of people don't have a cortex, which is the inner root to the hair. So there's actually people that don't have a cortex, which is why the hair is flank and flat laying down. Scientifically.
Let's keep it a buck and just say that only people with hair are black people, melanated people. Everybody else has fur. Is that fair?
That is not fair, because now you're saying that God potentially has fur.
He does. He came in the flesh with pale skin and fur. So full of sulfur being. He was a sulfite entity. He was the devil by their definition. Their scientific definitions create the conflict of interest in science.
Fur. I'm dead at sulfur.
Unintended. 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 Sulfur. Look at how it works. And if I show you that guy that was on the toilet in that commercial that popped out of nowhere, I'm telling you, he looks one and the same as Master Muhammad. And I don't know why the universe did that. And I'm going to show it when somebody challenges me. disrespectful. Very interesting. You thought, no, I can get disrespectful. I haven't even begun to do disrespect. In fact, I actually like being this way also. Because I don't like to tap into that carnal seat. Because it's hard to come out of it. When I get in that carnal seat, I want to out carnal.
You know what's crazy? This is all racism. I think this is all racism because it's a one-directed interview, meaning it's okay, obviously, to violate Dr. Sadie, and now listening to that speech that you pulled up there from Farrakhan, maybe it's okay to violate Dr. Sadie and his followers because we are.
Yeah, I'm just saying, do y'all feel it better that somebody's telling you that you're marked? Because you have to just start to mark. They say you marked, and that this is a sign of disfiguration, big nose and the big. I'm supposed to look at myself in the mirror. What am I supposed to tell my daughter if she joins the Nation of Islam? That's what she got to learn about herself. Or we just going to omit that and learn about all the good things that happen in history.
Or maybe, you know what, the rest of their life, they'll just get terms for the rest of their life, which we know contributes to cancer and fibroids.
Hey, in retrospect, he did say it's a part of the women's nature, paraphrasing. It's something in their nature that's making them pull up their hair or straighten their hair. He did say that because he's saying that there's something naturally there that lets them know something's not right about their hair. He said it's nature. He pulled it back up now. He said, y'all know by nature. And he stopped when he does a long pause. He said it's something in your nature, I'm paraphrasing, that why y'all would want to keep pulling your hair or making it straight. And that is to say that something is wrong with it. And naturally, they get this inclination to make it right. Because don't you want your hair and your eyebrows to be just like the hair on top of their head? Everybody else's eyebrows is just like the hair on top of their head, except for us. He thought he was dropping some deep science. And you know what? These brothers should be ashamed of themselves for promoting that science. Because if that's how your leader thinks of you, imagine how many people are in that mosque looking disfigured. Are they now accepting the fact that they're disfigured? How are we going to really initiate a revolution if the revolutionaries feel like they're cursed by God physically? I mean, if we're not just going to get a curse on our nose, that would mean internally we have to be cursed too, because he's saying it registers from the inside on out. Paraphrase.
Lit. Yo,
I just might be saying it.
this shit is
Just
lit.
paraphrase.
Yeah,
But,
just
I mean,
put
you got the
strawberries,
video yourself.
pineapples,
Oh, you guys got the video yourself.
melon, and raspberry. This shit lit.
And
But
so,
I'm about to add
hey, I
the
love
green machine
you
too.
guys. I feel better now.
But this shit lit.
I can tell you that. I feel a whole
That
lot
shit
better
lit.
now. And unbeknown to them, I have a whole bunch of slides there. I really want.
Yeah, this shit real, people. This shit banging. Yeah, this is pineapple, strawberry, melon, raspberry, with a shot of sea moss. So I'm put some green machine in here. And once the green machine go in there, yeah, that's the special. This is already blended with all that other shit. So we ain't got to do too much. We can go, they got low and high switch on the blender, so I put the low on there once I put this in there. Okay. I'm just gonna blend it. We're good people. We're good. Oh, that's good. Woo! This is my type of party, man. It's city outside. Yeah, I'm done. Put everything back. I already put my food in from earlier. And I put all the stuff in the fridge. I got my meal. Here we go. Feel ready to fuck. Let's eat.
Okay, but we not into that. Let me show you Wesley Muhammad's folder. You see this folder here, people? Let me see. Show you guys something. Oh, the whole file of stuff here for Wesley Muhammad. Some of these things are folders. Hold on. I'm not even going to do that. And then this is the Scientology folder here. That's why it's called Clear. Okay. I haven't even scratched the surface. I don't want to. I really don't want to do this because I really can do this. Not only can I do this all day, I can do it very good all day. Okay. This is like my little sex pill here. Once I do the scholarship and the learning and studying, I go all day, all night. That's it.
Listen, when I did the first few videos, I did offer Wesley Muhammad the opportunity to come before the people and apologize for his statement. I think that would have been the much safer route. That's what he should have did. Came before the people and just apologized and said, you know what? We can go ahead. We done invested in a lot of these cows. Obviously, the government gave us hundreds of thousands to cure cancer and AIDS with the Kenyan milk and all. We got a whole bunch of shit.
They say they outside. They ain't outside unless they eating healthy. That much. Brain food. That's how you live like a fucking god. Woo! Feel stronger. Feel smarter. Watch some TV.
That's what he should have did. Came before the people.
I've been training 3 years for this fight.
Minister Malcolm X. Jim Brown takes the vote. And
I ain't no damn hero. It's gonna be time to go back. Your brothers and you could move mountains, not lifting a finger. In Miami, rated R. Watch now. Only on Prime Video.
That's what he should have did. Came before the people and just apologized and said, you know what? We can go ahead. We've invested in a lot of these cows. Obviously, the government gave hundreds of thousands to cure cancer and AIDS with the Kenyan milk and all. You know, we got a whole bunch of shit tied up in this this milk.
hey, hey, look, someone just said polite dispute a whole bunch of lies on the Nation of Islam and Farrakhan. Look, by playing words out their own mouth. You see how weird and ridiculous these people can be? I play their own words, and then I just do commentary on it. I did something totally different. I could have did the science now and combated all this weird talk about here, combated the interferon information. I can kill that inside out. I could have combated the liquid sunlight in ways you didn't hear me do. As of yet, actually. I scratched the surface. I really just scratched the surface on a logical level. Like, does liquid sunlight spoil or get sour? Like, that should stop the whole conversation. Does God's food, does food from the gods, food for the gods, does that spoil or get sour? Just questions. And does it come from a cow and has to be spoiled or sour before it becomes food for the gods? Like, when was it food for the gods? Was it food for the gods when it was inside the cow? Was it food for the gods when it came out the cow? It's not food for the gods until it sours or spoils or ferments and becomes buttermilk and then. Yo, like, there's questions.
I'm dropping the link to the newspaper article in the chat because people came on my video and said that I was making it up. Like, I doctored an article from the New Times. There's a whole bunch of articles special.
Hey, family, if you're interested in that crypto course, insurance credit, learn step by step. You get it for the discounted rate of 120, especially if you watch this live. You just have to hit me in the email. Always leave your name, your phone number. Go to Brother Polite 45, POLIGHT 45. Pride, optimism, love, integrity, gallant, honesty, and trust. Pride, optimism, love, integrity, gallant, honesty, and trust. Listen to me carefully. It's $120. Discounted rate will be more. We jump starting that in about 2 weeks. It was 2.5 weeks, probably a little less than that since the last time. Not but you get the exact date and time and all of that when you call, contact, email, correspondence. It's always leave your full name and your phone number. Always understand this, people. This could have been a lot worse, and it can. It can get there. And for all you that say, hey, no, you don't have the right to refute claims that you feel are scientifically wrong, because we need unity. That means to allow people to misinform people because we want unity. That means to allow people to have people's children thinking that they're disfigured. You can change it any way you want. That means Dr. John Henrik Clarke is also, for different reasons, because he wasn't lying on Farrakhan for Dr. Sadie during that time. So why was Dr. John Henrik Clarke mad? He said he had it on audio. He had it on VHS. He heard it himself. He said, yo, listen, that was kind of crazy. Malcolm X said he ain't seen one pro-black thing published in any of the works of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, that was a pretty strong statement. So what I did, I ferried through. I started to peruse through different Malcolm X lectures, and I started rereading all sorts of memoirs and publications, anything that has anything that he's been quoted on or read. And I just started studying. And sure enough, I got greater context for what he meant. I'm ready at any given point, because what I will not do is speculate. What I will not do is romanticize like they do about this milk thing. It's just ridiculous. I don't have time to do that, because if it's just not true, it's not necessary, because I got enough weirdo stuff that's being taught. I don't need to find more weirdo stuff. In fact, it'd be weird to be looking for more weird stuff. In fact, I'm never looking for weird stuff, and I'm finding it every time I dig into the doctrine. I have a whole folder there. I should open up the clear folder and show you how much deep space it is, along with just reading material. I think you need to understand what I'm saying. I ain't say video. Gigs of reading material. References. How can you win? So, in fact, what's supposed to come after that slide is an L. Ron Hubbard slide and a member of the Nation of Islam slide, because I'm going to keep showing you the teachings. So I have a minister that's going to corroborate the testimony that I have from L. Ron Hubbard's publication and run them two concurrent on a slide, so you can pretty much see the parallel and retrospect to the comments that the most honorable brother, Minister Louis Farrakhan, had said when he was making reference to Shabazz being put out into the jungle in the origin of our thin hair or straight hair becoming kinky. I can actually tie this whole thing in. This actually is a mess to me. When I really want to work, the incisions will be made. That's why I said this is just a view. We're just gonna view it by. It's just a viewing thing. That's all this is. It's just a view. You trust me? I never give my opponent, and not in every debate, I have an excess amount of data. I do enough to make it clear. I did my thing. Okay, so to be decisive, I do enough to get a decisive W, and not nearly enough to go into overkill. Because the way I study and go into overkill. This is light, people. This is light. but it was necessary to open up dialogue. Since we're criticizing, can you teach us? Since we're bringing people from the dead and talking about the devil's doctrine. Yeah, why not? Okay. You gotta be a man. I vent my frustrations through scholarship. There's nothing wrong with that. At least we're not talking about killing and fighting people. I mean, some of these Muslims are here talking about fighting and killing on sight and all. These are virtual characters. I don't mind them. Like I said, I'm on all the smoke for anybody who's so emotional about me playing people's comments and videos and reading references. I made sure today's presentation and book would be other people's words, so we can hear for ourselves, so we can discern and definitively conclude if I am looking to spread propaganda to the masses in the Black.
Why Walgreens? With copays as low as $0, Walgreens makes supporting your Medicare prescriptions no sweat. So you can get back to the thing you'd rather be doing.